these two players are incredibly strong and don't really have much room for improvement. And really, when it comes to that improvement, it comes to very little optimizations because we have Octopus and Grover on the field. Octopus going to be another 9 right now, but Grover going to be one of the mainstay Carls that we have in the region.
Yeah, this is a bit of a tri-state team kill going on right now. Octopus comes to the New York City locals, and Grover, of course, being from New Jersey. Should be okay, though, for Octopus. Does have kind of matchup knowledge from Sodelic, who plays Carl as well. Yeah, Octopus really holding his own right now against one of the strongest Carls.
See, you know how Grover plays, right? The thing is, when it comes to Grover, is that he's losing in pools, but he makes a loser's run all the way straight up to top 8, if not close to top 8. So it's like, you know, you expect him to lose early for whatever reason, but when he drops down to losers, he's on a demon time. But right now, Octopus is the one on a demon time, catching Grover with that Kunzen Knight. And that's going to be the round going to Octopus. They're looking good, though going to be a little bit behind when it comes to this overdrive advantage.
Yeah, I'm really, really good here. Again, Octopus putting in a lot of work on this 9. And I mean, Grover, I think top 8 at Frosty Faustings this year, you know, really plays a lot of games, but is still so proficient in all of them. It can be really difficult to deal with Grover.
Absolutely, especially when you're playing against a character like Carl. Once that character gets started, it is a single-player guessing a mini-game that gets set up, and unfortunately, Octopus sets himself up into a horrible position by missing that super, and that DP going to get blocked, and Grover, actually, Carl, one of the few characters that actually can punish that DP when he does block it because we have that doll available.
Oh my gosh! Octopus would be a pretty significant upset here against Grover. Able to find that last overhead, and I think the first round win was with chip damage as well, so kind of getting away with a bit of stuff as we get down to the wire here.
Yeah, maybe Grover a little rusty after his Frosty Faustings finish. Hasn't had a feeling to practice since, but you know, for whatever the reason, Octopus right now is looking like he's in a really good position, and could potentially take it over Grover, which, like you said, would be a really massive upset if we do see it. But we'll see how Grover decides to respond as we get into game number 2.
Yeah, definitely nothing is impossible with Carl. So many opportunities, and yeah, you're seeing that early burst from Octopus, wanting to make sure that you get a chance to play the game here. Carl's offense is so oppressive once he locks you down.
Yeah, and if you're playing too patient, then Carl is also a character that can set up those unblockables and punish you for blocking. And that can be really tough to work around if you're also unsure of how to escape his pressure. And Octopus is going to have to find himself into a position where Grover is setting up that pressure, providing the empty jump low and catching Octopus open one more time.
Going to the blockable.
One more opening here. DPRC.
That was really heads up from Octopus, recognizing that the unblockable is coming, going for that DP. Only able to do it. 9 can only DP when she has spell stocks.
Unfortunately, in that situation, Octopus set up a great position to put Grover into the corner, but Grover responding perfectly with that mash. He is going to take that round over Octopus. And yeah, like you said, 9 is a character that can only use DP when she has a stock available. Right now, Octopus does not have a stock available, but will be spending that burst to get out of that corner position.
This is a little unfortunate. I mean, Carl pressure is so powerful, but I feel like Octopus is getting a little bit desperate with how much he's tried to scramble out of the situations. It may be that Grover just starts reading DP every time, because that's what Octopus has shown. I mean, but it works. It works again.
That's true, but Grover has shown that he can hold himself down in neutral as well, especially when the doll is out. And now Grover put into the corner here. Oh, tries to reset with Kunzen Knight, but the heads up from Grover, the forward roll, and catching Octopus for getting a little too greedy.
Yeah, perfect response there. Put a little bit of invulnerability on it. Make sure you can get past that rock. And really good kind of character awareness as well, knowing the spot where 9 is looking for that overhead reset and just having the perfect option.
Yeah, and another part to reacting to 9 as well is just taking a look at that bottom left of the screen and seeing what spell she has in stock and what spell she's trying to set up, and that and you know, visually you can see that on the screen as well, and I'm sure that all played into Grover's decision making in that instance to get that forward roll into a round win. But we're going into the final game, and let's see if either of these players have what it takes to beat each other. Octopus looking good in that first game, but Grover starting to make that comeback. He's always stronger when he's down.
Definitely, with 9 sometimes you got like that play. Oh my gosh. First baited.
Yeah, he may not be down for much longer as he already taken 60% and even more of that life away from Octopus. Grover resetting the situation into another mix-up. Octopus blocking the initial hit, but unfortunately not blocking it all throughout, and Grover with a perfect has set himself up onto set point.
Yeah, really flipped the script here. Good advantage, big round win, and Octopus now with no burst at the start here. And we've seen how much Octopus likes to burst early to make sure to keep the momentum against Carl.
Looks like Octopus will be holding his ground, going to be regaining that burst back, slowly setting up the fairy to try and help himself in neutral. I like the aggressiveness from Grover, but still getting caught by the fairy in the process. And Octopus might get the win here. We'll see. One more hit away, and the Kunza Knight catching Grover overhead.
Yeah, that was a pretty significant drop there, but luckily Cosmo and Wanda were there to kind of bail Octopus out.
Certainly answering Octopus's wish, but that might have just lasted for one single round because Grover is once again taking the lead in this round. Instant burst from Octopus, not wanting to take any more of that, though. I'm a bit unsure because that was towards the end of the combo, right? So you already negated most of the damage, and you probably should have saved it for the mix-up because Grover mixed up Octopus for one last time. Dodges the DP, the shimmy, and Grover with yet another perfect takes it over Octopus with a 2-1 finish.
Had the read on...
And the Carl, like I said, the only other Carl in the bracket outside of Grover, so we'll see how Maddie shakes up against Playguy right now. Playguy, though, you know, doesn't really need an introduction if you're familiar with the Blazblue scene, especially the online Blazblue scene, because Playguy is one of the strongest players, tournament winners for Boston Blue Bee. So we'll see exactly how he's going to be doing. A very patient, thoughtful Ragna, and you can already see that in his play by playing so patient and waiting for his opening.
Yeah, Playguy super immortalized from that one clip of him just staring down Monarch for like 5 seconds straight before throwing. And that is very much like the Playguy playbook. Very methodical, very slow in the way that he does offense. But, I mean, just so solid, you have to root for him. He's like the real-life fighting game protagonist.
So true. And, you know, this is an online bracket, so he's definitely not going to be jobbing. Playguy try to work on a perfect right now over Maddie, and look at that. That was a 45 seconds left on the timer, and you can see how methodical Playguy has been playing. Slowing down the pace of that match to a bit of a crawl, but in his favor.
Yeah. I mean, that's really like the Playguy handbook, is you take these really kind of like minor expected value wins. And even though these hits aren't big, you know, Playguy's just really suffocating what you can possibly do here.
Yeah, just playing neutral so well, using the full range of his buttons and rotating through them effectively as well. We're seeing fantastic JAs. We're seeing the JCs to build up space, and Maddie tries to jump forward. And every single time Playguy has been on top of it, going to be recovering a bit of that health back to maybe get a bit of a fake perfect. But Maddie going to be popping the OD and going to be getting a lot of reward off of this as well, trying to set up one more mix-up while we still have OD on the table. But unfortunately for Maddie, Playguy is out of the corner.
Man, that Blood Scythe almost like broke the screen there. That was really unfortunate. Maddie, really good reversal there with the overdrive. Because that's fully invincible, Maddie was able to go through the throw there, invul through it. But even then, the punishment wasn't enough, and Playguy defense so good, even against Carl, was able to hold his own.
And I really like the idea for Maddie as well with that OD. Like stopping the combo midway to try and get one more reset for another mix-up, because when you have that OD available, Carl does get a buff where doll gauge is basically unlimited. So you can kind of just spam these doll moves that normally would be limited, but you can just spam them as much as you like within those few seconds. So good heads up from Maddie, but also great heads up from Playguy playing that defense so well.
Yes, escaping past the doll there. Maddie bursting to stay in the game here, make sure they don't get cornered against Ragna. Especially Carl, one of the squishiest characters in the game, really feels the hurt. Oh no.
Right now, Playguy is really feeling the hurt, but the throw from Playguy coming out. Unfortunate.
Gotta watch the counter assault because Carl can combo off of it. Really smart, getting the reversal of the positions here. This is one of these things about Carl that just feels unfair. Pretty standard pressure here, stripping a lot of barrier gauge. Won't be too long until that's an issue.
And the patience from both these players. Full force Maddie trying to recover maybe a bit of that doll gauge back while Playguy is playing patient. Giving up that screen space. Playguy waiting for his opening. Tries to find a hit on the doll, but the doll's going to be winning that interaction.
Doll's dead as well, so Maddie really should not burst here. She doesn't really have a game, even if she comes back into it with the burst. Now just going to hold that resource, hopefully use it to be an advantage here in this potentially final round of her winner's life.
Alright, backing up immediately from Playguy, respecting the doll options with the fireball. Finding a hit, but unfortunately unable to confirm off of it.
Not quite. Maddie pretty low doll gauge here. Has to give up the pressure soon, and Playguy's going to force her hand there, killing the doll and getting out of the corner with that DP. Maddie has to spend meter to continue that combo.
Doll gauge is back, so that's going to be an omniscient presence that Playguy has to worry about. The thing about doll is that's going to be staying on screen forever, so Maddie can try to go for some sneaky fireballs if we want to from the other side of the screen, and Playguy can only catch that if we're listening to those audio cues. But Maddie, unfortunately, not able to find an opening to even get a doll move off. Playguy is just putting on so much offense, and Maddie trying to call a doll towards her, unfortunately gets stuck in the process. Playguy going to be taking that final round and taking the set along with him as well. A very slow set. It makes sense. She got plus frames for days. She can set up those gadgets all across the screen, set up those pillars, make it hard for Susanoo to approach, and that's always the biggest thing that Susanoo has to work around, is approaching the opponent. And Kokonoe with these graviton orbs, these orbs just flying across the screen as well. It can be very hard to try and get in and really establish pressure against Kokonoe because these can be active on the screen for so long.
Yeah, the way to describe Susanoo is with Mario Kart. He's high speed, low acceleration. He can really struggle to kind of like dash block the characters just because of how long it takes for him to actually run.
But once he does get going fast, he can really just close that distance so
yeah, I mean, look at it, look at him go!
Once you get that startup over with, then we can just blitz straight to the opponent and get that aggressive play in. But Quetzalgoatl, unfortunately, is going to be put on the defense instead of the offense, as LordMacoT is setting up offense of his own, opening Quetzalgoatl with the overhead, the big hammer coming from above. And speaking of things coming from above, we got the orb falling down, attached to the graviton. The throw from LordMacoT. Quetzalgoatl not expecting it, as he thought he was going to be a hit stun from the orb.
That was really like an anime level plan right there. Like the whole time I was like, I don't even know what's gonna happen. Like, you need the super ball and the graviton and the like the light strike array. Like, what is going on here? But it all comes together. These Kokonoe players, man, they're too smart.
using the full range of our buttons as well. These will be outranging Susanoo as well. Susanoo has fantastic mid-range buttons, but Kokonoe's can reach a little bit further and generally tend to be faster as well, so it's really hard to contest in this space. And even more so now that LordMacoT is going to be widening this health lead as he finds a guard break over Quetz.
Yeah, Crush Trigger qualifying there. And yeah, Quetz does not want anything to do with this pressure anymore. Counter Assault out, but caught with the backdash with the standing overhead. Kokonoe well positioned here. Oh my gosh!
I spoke
Fakes
too
the
soon.
overhead. Fakes the overhead with the RC. Goes low, baits the burst. And the perfect there.
I spoke too soon, Deadward. I said good blocks, and immediately after that, LordMacoT opening up that energy with the screen control and setting the pace of the match as well. Kokonoe, like Hazama, can kind of play lame, set up these traps, and force you to approach and play the speed that they want to.
Yeah, we're seeing that at the round start as well. Kind of super jump back and then let the Graviton play neutral for you. Oh, good air-to-air there from Quetzalcoatl, though. Able to get level 2 tackle, which isn't, you know, the best unlock you're looking for at this point.
Unfortunately, Quetzalcoatl's not blocking the overhead. Going to have to block the bomb set from LordMacoT. Now LordMacoT once again playing at that range, where it's hard for Quetzalcoatl to try and contest against. We don't have the fastest buttons that reach at that range, and LordMacoT is abusing that fact.
Great punish as well. It can be really difficult to navigate that double overhead just because Susanoo spaces himself out so much. LordMacoT super dominant here.
Blocks have been great so far, and I like that Graviton placement from LordMacoT. You know, at this point, he's like, I'm not going to play lame anymore. I just want to open you by any means possible. Keep Quetzalcoatl glued to him. And right now, LordMacoT is building such a huge lead. Quetzalcoatl unsure of how to get out of this pressure. We do have 50 meter on the table. We will be getting burst and OD back very soon, and that meter will be spent on the counter assault as Quetzalcoatl gets out of that corner situation, trying to set up a threatening situation of his own.
Grand Viper really helping the confirm there. Still, LordMacoT is still threatening with this overhead over and over again. Hero Burst here from Quetz, but looks like it may qualify. Gonna be putting a lot of damage on here. I don't know if we can route into Super without Sonic Spin. Can't do it. Tech out by LordMacoT. Can just stall out here. Getting the space, he's got a gun, but LordMacoT has the bulletproof armor, living and getting with the timer scam.
That's what I'm talking about, right? You know, the LordMacoT is setting this pace to a slow halt, and Quetzalcoatl is the one that has to approach, and when you're trying to approach Kokonoe, it can be so difficult because she sets up so many traps along the way with great buttons as well. It makes it hard to try and contest against her once she's in, and LordMacoT is in right now. Bomb set, teleport mix, great block from Quetzalcoatl.
I mean, keeping his wits about him very well here. This is, you know, managing to hold on, but just, you know, tick by tick, LordMacoT just keeps winning interaction after interaction here.
Range to the Super Ball has been set up, and that's going to be a great starter for LordMacoT. Don't quite have enough to get the kill. That was a lot of scaling, but LordMacoT just needs to find one more opening, and Quetzalcoatl needs to find a few more, but with Blue Resources on hand, it may not be as difficult after all. Tries to stick you straight through, but unfortunately Quetzalcoatl didn't have options like Ground Viper with him, so LordMacoT can get that Super Ball to interrupt him in the process.
Okay, Quetzalcoatl is still in this, has overdrive, and here we go!
This is huge! Wait, actually, this might be- Oh, not if we drop the combo! LordMacoT is out pumping OD of his own! Tries to go for the God Thrust, but...
Yeah, maybe a little bit early for that Hail Mary, but, I mean, Quetzalcoatl is just looking for anything at that point. I feel really bad for Quetz there because...
This character is incredibly hard to pilot, but once you do get that character down, then you really start to shine because you can get that ribcage set up, force uninteractable mix, and when you're playing against a character like Kagura can struggle so much when it comes to playing against that offense because he relies so much on options like his flash kick for defense.
Yeah, definitely going to be tough. Luckily, that flash kick does have a lot of hits, which is important for Izanami's ribcage mechanic, which we'll probably see soon. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be quite the struggle matchup for Serpent. But these Kagura players, they've got guile, they got heart, and maybe that will be enough here. It's an anime game after all.
Every matchup with Kagura is difficult, but once you get things started, then Kagura can certainly snowball. He can easily do over 4k damage per combo consistently and make it so that you can 3-touch pretty much any character in the game, even the highest of health characters like Tager. But in this instance, Koopa Claw setting up the ribcage from afar, making it so that Serpent cannot play neutral against him and to immediately run. But Kagura is not known for his fantastic movement, and Koopa Claw is abusing that back, playing all around Serpent's best options like the 2C, for example, a very slow poke, and just moving right around it.
Yeah, I mean, Serpent probably wishing that Kagura was a short king right now, really getting harassed with these kind of high floats to the buttons. And this is qualifying for a winner side top 24, so we want to lock in here.
Absolutely. Flash kick coming in from Koopa Claws will be getting out of that pressure. And now Koopa Claws will be setting up those tracking projectiles from full screen as well. Though in that stance, you can Izanami cannot block. So if you do manage to find a hit against Koopa Claws in that instance, then you will be getting a lot of reward off this. But speaking of reward, Koopa Claws being rewarded for that opening and spending that super immediately to get the game. Koopa Claws already looking incredibly strong over Serpent, and it really does feel like Serpent can't do much. It feels like an uphill battle, and partly I feel like it is due to Kagura struggling against, system mechanics.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, definitely Kagura can struggle with a lot of things, and I also feel that you have to be really, really dedicated to get Izanami at a float here. Like, you have to go for C flash kick. There's not really any other option. 6C is way too slow to kind of harass that. It's been pretty tough for Serpent. Like, also just like whiffing things and getting hit by the float afterwards. Really tough.
Oh man, those tracking projectiles covering the approach for Koopa Claws. That's also another factor where it makes it difficult for Serpent to try and react with an anti-air, because you cannot anti-air Koopa Claws, or Koopa Claws will find counter hits with those projectiles. And with that ribcage up, Serpent can't do too much. But now you really want to push this aggression because Koopa Claws is in a dangerous state. You do not have any barrier gauge, meaning that any hit will be a fatal counter. But unfortunately for Serpent, Koopa Claws playing so patient, retreating all the way back and recovering all that barrier gauge.
A little bit of a scramble there, burst out from Serpent, whiffing a C-flat. Dicey. Oh! Spending RC just to be safe from the rib cage, but she did have enough barrier to absorb the hit there, so gonna punish Serpent for it. Just really showing how obnoxious it can be. Like, Koopa Claws can just summon ribcage in neutral because Kagura is so slow, and he really does not have a good way to contest.
Yeah, and how do you contest just floating up in the top right of the screen? And, not every character can challenge Izanami up in that space, but especially Kagura, because of the very reasons that you outlined, because he is so slow, and his fireball covers just the ground, his best pokes cover just the ground, and his anti-air, while big, only covers a vertical space above him. And trying to check Izanami, getting a little too greedy can be difficult, especially when we're seeing that reset into the cross-up, opening up Serpent another time. This will be providing Koopa Claws a lot of time to recover that barrier gauge so we don't get fatal countered by Serpent on wake up.
Yeah, it can be so difficult because Serpent has to find this hit while Koopa Claws is out of... Oh my god, the cross-up was slow enough, getting through the invul on overdrive. Serpent can't quite finish it though, and I feel like with this enhanced distortion, it may be enough. Koopa Claws, do you have enough damage, or are you just going for the setup?
Oh, we go for the ribcage, but the DPRC from Serpent. The DP may not actually hit Koopa Claws, but because it does connect with the ribcage, it means you can cancel it with meter.
Yeah, and it also, because the flash kick has so many hits, it really eats through Susanoo. So really gets through that ribcage quickly.
Kokonoe setting up a huge situation of his own. Ribcage in your face, but we gotta be worrying about that barrier gauge. We found the opening, but are we going to manually deactivate it? We will not. Kokonoe is out of barrier, and we'll have to hope that we can keep Serpent locked down and not get hit. OG comes out, finds an anti-air, but unfortunately not able to confirm off of it. Kokonoe back in neutral, setting up Ribcage another time from full screen, and Serpent having to respect it, cannot press any buttons or even set up the fireball because Kokonoe is in your face, and with this meter, Kokonoe should be taking the set.
Yeah, taking that qualification winner side, top 24. Kokonoe really dominating here. Going to be very well positioned in this tournament, being on the winner's side. Very exciting for Kokonoe. All right, well, winner's side, top 24 coming at you. Don versus evilsheep. Don, of course, iconic net play grinder with this Relius. Going up against an Azrael, though, evilsheep.
So cool to see Relius all the time, and Don is really the only player representing this character at a high level, and it can be so interesting to see how he pilots this character because, you know, taking turns with the doll is very important, knowing when to retreat and recover that doll gauge as well. Speaking of recovering that doll gauge, Don has to do exactly that, and I love evilsheep's awareness, knowing when Don was going to retreat and trying to chase him down, but unfortunately was not able to confirm off of that hit, and Don instead going to be the one to confirm off of that one to set the doll one more time.
Yeah, really going to be hard for Azrael to approach here, where Doll kind of covering everything Don commits to. Really difficult. Though, one more mix, and Doll is pretty low on health. She will recover as Relius takes an absolute beating here.
Reset into the throw. We have a lot of resources to work with. Sets up the high weak point. Continuing to set up the low weak point as well. I love the air stall as well, trying to maybe bait out an anti-air as evilsheep goes for that dive kick, but Don playing patient and recognizing what evilsheep was going for, and instead punishing it with that 2A.
Yeah, we'll see how evilsheep is able to deal with it. Definitely, if I were evilsheep, I feel pretty cheated by the counter assault pushing me out too far. That should have been like the round there for evilsheep once they baited that. So let's keep the composure together. evilsheep now really well positioned against Don, and that counter assault once again kind of putting the stops in the plan.
Now that we have both weak points applied, you know that evilsheep is trying to find a connection on Don, but that might not even be the case. OG being popped, trying to immediately use EA, but Don jumping to the other side, acting like it wasn't a problem in the first place, but now he backed himself up in the corner, and evilsheep can get so much reward off of that fact, as we're going to be getting a lot of these wall sticks, and evilsheep setting up the high weak point one more time. The spot dodge from Don coming in, avoiding evilsheep's move, and the punish straight into the OD and EA activation. Don going to be taking that around, and evilsheep bringing those two rounds to a pretty close, down pretty close, down to the wire, but unfortunately not able to close it out.
Yeah, I mean, and pretty bad beats on both as well. Don, really good execution there, popping the overdrive when he did, because evilsheep was one hit away from getting burst back. Like, that was really unfortunate timing for evilsheep, but also really good recognition on Don with that resource.
And Don, I would say, is really good when it comes to recognizing the resources that opponents do have. And, you know, to an extent, like, every player is like that, but I feel like Don is one of the best at it. And immediately going to be popping OD here, going to get a cool reward off of this combo that he landed early on, and going to be setting up this corner situation, the double over at evilsheep. Trying to block a low afterwards, thinking it was done, but it is not the DP attempt, and Don going to be punishing that DP there with a really great starter. evilsheep opting not to burst, maybe looking to save for the next round, or maybe looking to save OD.
Fatal starter there, really unfortunate. evilsheep able to navigate out of duo bios, but this is really a hero burst here. evilsheep has been counterfeited on these situations before, and once again, Don gonna come out on top even as his back is against the corner.
I like the idea from evilsheep when playing defense against dual bios. The idea of going for the DP to pop himself up into the air and make it hard for Dawn to confirm off that, meaning that evilsheep gets out of the corner for just a light slap on the wrist. And that's kind of what you should be doing if you have the opportunity. Just jumping up in the air, maybe getting hit by it in the process just to get out.
Reset for full damage here. evilsheep going to be feeling the hurt. Dawn's so well positioned here. Winner's side on the line.
Great blocks, but once again, Dawn pulling out the sneaky second overhead from the air, catching evilsheep. We got to worry about who's making it into top 8, winner's side, as we get into yet another match. I believe this should be between Fuzzama and Grover. Yeah, there we go.
Really exciting here. Fuzzama so good when it comes to the damage on Hazama. Is like a little bit of like a Spider-Man character, kind of swings himself around on these chains, but Fuzzama really levels him up with just how much damage he squeezes out of every opening.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah, I mean, already Grover getting a lot of reward, catching Fuzzama in the corner, and forcing Fuzzama to kind of spend that burst if we want to survive in this round. The throw in, oh god. Yeah, Grover getting a small combo afterwards. I think he may have dropped midway or was probably trying to set up something. Either way, Fuzzama has Grover in the corner, but with his back up against the wall, it's so great.
There. He's a sicko. He's a sicko from New Jersey. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hitting the doll, but that's not Carl. Grover from the other side opens up. Fuzzama swaps to the other side again, but Fuzzama on top of his antics, finding a hit with the 5D, getting some small loops in the corner, and not going to be a lot of damage actually. Even with a 5D start, only 2k.
Yeah, getting peanuts off of that, and now Grover going to get this excellent side swap. Keep Fuzzama on the defensive. Make it happen. Counter assault will get him out.
Instantly swapping to the other side to steal the corner away from Grover, and now Fuzzama probably can get played the game, but we did throw Grover out of the corner in the process to try and maximize the amount of damage possible.
Keeping the doll close. Can't quite find the burst bait though, and now Grover being forced on the defensive here has to get the doll active and able to do it in a big way, getting the burst out of Fuzzama.
Good awareness from Fuzzama, recognizing the fireball is coming and jumping over it. Don't worry about the doll behind you as well, and Fuzzama creating enough space to start using those chains on Grover and catching Grover, trying to use a doll move in neutral. No siree. Fuzzama is the one that controls the pace of neutral. Like I said before, when it came to the Kokonoe, both these characters can play pretty similar when you boil it down. It's all about setting the pace, playing at your own pace, and playing lame if you have to, jumping to the other side of the screen and just spamming these chains.
Ooh, big bait on the anti-air there. Grover navigating really well with some of this esoteric Carl movement. One for the unblockable likely. Here we go. 3 damage there for Grover. Back to your daily high-low.
Burst out from Fuzzama. The mash from Grover once again. This time not able to fully confirm off it. Fuzzama trying his best to make it out in this round alive, but with only 1 pip of burst available, we don't have much opportunity to make mistakes. And in that instance, Fuzzama made 1 small mistake, or Grover was just playing a little too aggressive. Grover always mashing like a scrub with these 5 A's and these 2 A's. Every single time Fuzzama just gets an inch too close.
Yeah, really good at keeping the control. Carl with no kind of invincible option other than overdrive, so can really struggle, you know, once his opponent gets momentum. But Grover has been so good on keeping it all locked down. Unbelievable.
But that's also true for Hazama too, right? Locking down Hazama can, you know, sometimes be a difficult task if you create enough space, but overall, it is hard for Hazama to get out of certain situations because he does not have a reversal out of OD.
Yeah, same thing. Both of these characters need a little bit of guile to escape. No easy answers with a Ursula.
Characters quite given that luxury, but it just goes to show that all of the defensive capabilities was pushed straight into the offense, because once either of these characters get started, the points to actually challenge these characters in their offense becomes so ambiguous, and Carl especially so.
Yeah, Carl is like, you need like a horoscope to like realize how to get out of Carl pressure. It's like, all right, what's it gonna be today? I don't know. None of this makes any sense. Hazama able to escape the corner with 0 chains there. Just good old-fashioned mobility.
Alright, popping Grover into the corner this time around, chasing up into the air and getting the knockdown. Opening up Grover with the throw. Alright.
Grover with that tiny Tim health bar just really taking the hurt there. My goodness.
Moves in with the dash mix up. It'll work out. Hands coming in once again. Fuzzama to get hit. Whittling down Grover's health bar, at least until that burst becomes a factor.
Tough here. Has to do with the overdrive on defense as well. Can't overextend anymore. Maybe a burst bait there instead of a drop. Hard to tell. This is a burst bait, or a victory lap. Maybe it was actually toxicity.
Maybe. Well, you can't really be toxic if you are a game down over against Grover.
Oh no.
Yeah,
all
at
right,
that point, there's not really anything you could do.
Yeah, there wasn't going to be another burst point until you died, so Grover just trying to roll the dice there, hope that, you know, somehow a hitbox ends up in that burst. We got a game here, folks. Game apiece between the two.
Yeah, Fuzzama bring it back. Grover looked really strong in the first game, but Fuzzama showing that they're also just as strong with the Hazama. And I think right now, because Shady has been eliminated, Fuzzama... Oh no, Shady has not been eliminated just yet. Shady's still in the bracket, so we could potentially see 2 Hazamas in top 8. But we will be seeing multiple Snake characters, as we have multiple Hazama representatives and multiple Susanoo representatives currently in the bracket.
Popular characters.
Very popular indeed, and also very good if you can get them set up properly. Susanoo more so than Hazama. Susanoo needs a little bit more setup and a little bit more careful play. But Hazama has a lot of room when it comes to optimization. This is why I enjoy watching Fuzzama so much, because Fuzzama is that one Hazama player who's constantly making these optimizations in his combos to maximize the amount of damage he gets off of any interaction.
This is the next level Hazama. This is like a nerdy Hazama. It's too much. Oh!
Ooh, yeah, there it is.
A little bit there. Ran out of chains.
You see Grover constantly challenging with these 5As. Like, do not get close to me. You're in my range.
Because the doll can push Carl, she's able to walk behind him, and that keeps him really close while doing the 5A stagger. Really obnoxious, and you'll probably see it coming up soon.
And that was just kind of uninteractable. We saw Fuzzama pop that OD, but the doll keeping him locked down all the way throughout. I like how Grover jumps, double jumps too, just to get to a height where Fuzzama can't interact with him.
All in proximity here. Fuzz trying to put out hitboxes to stop her from acting, but the air throw gonna qualify for Grover here. Now a round up, looking to qualify for top 8 in this next round.
Both players looking even on resources as well. Hazama might have to play this one a little bit slower than he has been previously. No, never mind. We're going on the aggressive. trying to be a little bit unpredictable, catching the doll in the process. No punish from Grover though, setting up the fireball there, but Fuzzama on top of it. Yeah, you see those audio cues.
Yep, and gonna keep the corner with those hungry coils as well, and we're seeing the Fuzzama damage as well. Stacking up 3.5. Grover able to escape the corner though. Huge anti-air from Doll.
This is a massive opportunity for Grover to open up Fuzzama and try to squeak this win by. This won't be a lot of damage, so Fuzzama opting to hold this burst, maybe saving it for a possible unblockable step that Grover may want to go for, but Grover baiting out that burst from Fuzzama will be going for that one final victory lap of a reset into the throw. Grover taking it over Fuzzama.
I was so ready when you were, whereas Kagura was kind of stuck with his big shoes. Can't really move very fast, so
you got the Legend of Zelda Iron Boots sinking in water.
He's got to open like the pause menu to take them off. It's brutal. Killakobe on the other side, gonna be moving with that like Devil May Cry movement. Gonna be much different.
And immediately Koopa Claus spending that burst is like, you know what? I don't want to be put into a bad situation immediately. I want to be putting you in a bad situation. And Koopa Claus finds exactly that. Ribcage out. Although we see the teleport come out from Killakobe's. And that's going to be another important tool that Killakobe can utilize on defense when you can't interact with Ribcage.
Yeah. Really good pickups here for Koopa Claus. Now with no burst from Killakobe can make this Oki stick. We get the full setup, Ribcage ready to go. Fire though, watch out.
The projectiles catching Killakobe's and Koopa Claus, even while in a dangerous state, is posing such a huge presence over Killakobe's in this instance. One round on the board.
Yeah, I mean, in this top 8 qualifier, I feel like I've seen so much Killakobe on the top stage at major tournaments, at online tournaments. I was wondering how Koopa Claus was able to kind of compare, and it seems, you know, this round's not going well, but Koopa Claus was definitely holding their own.
Yeah, I mean, in the last round, it was not going well for Kobe.
This was maybe the wrong round to do that little monologue, but
it's the reversal of situation. It shows that when, like, if you can do your thing well, I can do my thing well as well. And you don't have you may not have the strongest response to that. So Killakobe with a perfect though. Koopa Claus can't say the same. Koopa Claus did get a perfect last time.
Is able to backdash out, but yeah, really forced to burst there with that explosion, kind of forcing Koopa Claus's hand.
Knockdown Ribcage set up. Killakobe has to play patient now. Good blocks, but unfortunately gets tossed in the process. Koopa Claus tossing Killakobe straight into the corner. Setting up the sun, the knockdown. That's going to give him plenty of time to set the projectiles and the Ribcage. RC to instantly confirm off that opening. And Koopa Claus going to be manually resetting that Ribcage to try and gain back that barrier for the next interaction.
This is the opportunity for Kobe. He only needs so many bangs, so threatening on offense, and especially when you have no burst, the poison is ticking, doesn't show up on the damage numbers. This is more than 4,000. This is in fact the round for Killakobe with this super.
Yeah, Bang can do so much damage when he has all 4 seals unlocked. And with one good combo, you can get all 4 seals unlocked as well, because it does grant him, I believe, a 20%, 25% damage buff on all of his drive moves. But it takes a little bit of work to get to that point, and sometimes not even, like, some starters don't even get you access to all 4 of those seals. So Killakobe always good when it comes to that rating and maximizing the amount of damage he gets. I mean, using that poison nail was really smart as well to try and tick down that health and guarantee that he wins that round.
Yeah, that's definitely the route that I feel like Bang players go for the most often now. It does use a lot of nails, but getting those 4 seals, super nice. Not only for the damage, also makes your overdrive better, gives you access to an additional super. Just overall, very worth it to go for it. Kobe stalling out.
It's like, dude, you're setting up Ribcage. Well, you know what? You want to stall? I'm going to stall. And now setting up his OD. That does give Killer Kobe omnidirectional movements just fly all around the screen, but you have to be careful because you are in counter-hit state, meaning if Koopa Claus finds a hit with maybe a single projectile or challenges at the perfect time, then that's going to make Killer Kobe hurt.
Yeah, perfect setup here for Koopa Claus. Can't find the hit yet, though. Again, the command grab.
Yeah, command grab you can combo off of and get nearly 3k damage off of Azrael without any meter. Ribcage set up from Koopa Claus, but a burst from Kobe will reset that. Koopa Claus low on a barrier, doesn't even have to use it. Let's see if we can get the kill, straight to the super. Yes, we will.
You want to make sure to secure that. We've seen Kobe make the comeback already. And I feel like we're really seeing the difference in how Bang can force Izanami to do stuff in the way that Kagura cannot. The main way, you saw that Killer Kobe, like, you know, Koopa Claus got Ribcage in neutral, and Kobe was just like, all right, I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. I'm not going to play neutral while you have Ribcage. I'm going to stall out, use my bumpers, use my movement. These blocks have been crazy. Kobe!
Hey, this is coming from the player that says that S instant overhead is reactive.
Sure. The defense from top CF players is astonishing.
It is pretty darn absurd. All the beatings they can take on their block. Not barrier for too long, or that barrier gauge will start to run out. And in this instance, Kobe on the show barrier. Koopa Claus is very low as well. In fact, doesn't even have any good confirmed from Killer Kobe taking the round, evening things up one more time. But in this instance, Killer Kobe has that game lead. So this is actually set point, setting those nails, and that's another reason why Izanami, or reason why Kagura doesn't do as well in the matchup as Izanami, because he has access to these full screen projectiles that just stay on the screen.
Yep, once again, Ribcage being popped in neutral and not really amounting to much. Koopa Claus able to find a core hit that tried to activate with no barrier.
And it's going to be basically just free corner carry here for Koopa Claus. Free Ribcage setup as well, saving the projectiles, locked down, and Kobe using his movement, getting out. Now the barrier, is out for Koopa Claus, so we have to play a little bit more reserved. Maybe not.
Stall there.
Goal needs to make something work.
Got a super. Burst is coming back. Kobe, opportunity now, and now has overdrive. Has to burst. That was unfortunate. Bang overdrive could have definitely turned the tables.
Kobe's just pressing button.
Thrown out of the ribcage.
Throw. This is huge. This is a huge opportunity for Kobe.
No nails.
No.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, she gets it. Time. Stop. Kobe, your soul is... I'm doing a second one, just to be obnoxious. This is a victory lap from Koopa Claus, people. And time continue. You just took a zillion damage, Kobe. You're dead.
You took 5,000 damage when you had less than 5% left.
Yeah, when like... oh my gosh. She's so cool. She's so cool. She's so... annoying. She can 5k troll combo you. But she's sick.
Yeah, no, she's super fun to watch. Like her aesthetics are super cool as well. The black and white and the skulls all over the place, very cool. It fits the edgy vibe that I may be in the mood for sometimes.
Yeah, so the sun and the death. Very interesting.
Yeah, when I decide I want to listen to some Linkin Park, I'll go watch the Izanami as well.
Definitely would work as a combo music video, but Koki's the one directing this match so far.
Oh man. This is just a beatdown on Koopa Claus right now. Killer Kobe took that troll combo personally. The umbrella set up that does use a lot of nails, but Kobe didn't really have to use a lot of nails in that instance, just kept getting combo after combo. So there's not really a point in saving all of them. And that lockdown pressure was just too strong to pass up. Setting the poison up, dealing some damage to Koopa Claus without getting an opening. But Koopa Claus will be baiting that burst from Killer Kobe, and that's going to be a huge resource advantage for Koopa Claus.
Yeah, it definitely felt like Kobe had a chip on his shoulder with the troll combo, and it felt like it worked out really well in the first round, that extra aggression from being annoyed, but now feels like Kobe's making like some impulsive decisions, really getting punished, not only with that burst, but with these counter hits.
Back to just pressing buttons, y'all. Oh, and trying to teleport out, but you know, while it seems good on paper, I feel like Koopa Claus has checked that every single time Kobe has gone for that option.
Yeah, pretty good to try and escape the corner, but does have some kind of like linear answers that you can show against it.
Final game, final round, 2A opening for Kobe, and this is giving shades of that first round of game number 3 for Kobe. Yet to get hit, continuing to open up. Koopa Claus found a hit, but unfortunately not able to confirm. This bumper is providing a lot of mix with a bear pushing out Kobe a little too far, forcing that normal to whiff.
Ooh, take a little chip damage here. Koopa Claus still pretty far away from burst here, but Active Flow is going to get that back quick. Pronto still has overdrive here, has to go through it. The invul through that bang super, so important, and Koopa Claus is really going to be packing on the damage here. Has a distortion, has the rib cage.
The throw, but we're not able to kill just yet, and we see the reset. Catches Kobe and Koopa Claus with the 2-1, takes it over with a huge comeback, and man, that is just so rough. That the instance the OD was popped on the command grab attempt was when 10 matches left. We'll see how quickly they go by. Is it going to be a beatdown? Is it going to be close? But with how strong the power level has been so far, I hope it's going to be pretty darn close. Icecool versus Grover, a matchup we didn't get to see at Frosty Foul since Icecool stayed on a winner's side for the majority of that tournament run. But Grover on the other side, maybe trying his best against the Frosty Falsings winner and see if he has what it takes against Carl. Icecool finding a pretty strong opening, starting things off, unlocking the DP and the spin, and I love the cancel! We hit the doll, do some doll damage, but also cancel straight into the anti-air the moment he notices that Grover is approaching from the air.
IB's here from Grover, keeping the beast at bay here, but Icecool not to be deterred, rushing in here and taking this first round against Grover. Big shout out to Thick Potato for taking us over $100 here in the Matcherino. Really giving us something to fight for here in winner's side top 8.
A lot more on the line for these players, and that's 2-3 free lunches if you get first place. That's a big deal. And what else? Another thing that is a big deal is the fact that Grover has kept Icecool in this pressure for like, oh my god, that's just 2A. What are we, Ragna?
Bro, that's fundies. Doll's dead, so Grover gonna be in a bit of a pickle here trying to run offense. Maybe a pickle isn't too bad. Icecool seems to think it is. Taking offense to that. Opening up Grover here. Level 3 tackle, continuing the combo.
Locked as well. You can see that Icecool consistently has been prioritizing that move. He's going to use that when Carl has you locked in this doll pressure. Grover going to be setting up that exact doll pressure on Icecool here. Oh no, open up one more time. Icecool does not have burst and negate the damage from this combo. It may not want to spend burst just yet.
I think Grover may have been scared to commit for the full unblockable there, just in case Icecool was mashing DP. So Grover, instead of doing the unblock, oh my gosh!
Oh man. Alright, Grover taking the round away from Icecool just at the very end. And already going to be a pretty solid hit and a pretty solid connection there on the second round.
Yeah, and there we go. Once again, Grover really using the threat of the unblockable instead of the full unblockable here. Oh, what? Icecool dodging bullets there, able to escape the corner and corner Grover with that. Unfortunately, Carl counter assault, best in the game.
Oh, that was so smart. the dash to the other side to get that cross up. That was so smart from Grover.
Tries to challenge with the 5B and denied by Grover. Air dash there. Icecool losing game 1 here.
Grover winners finals?
Yo.
Hold up. You know, we had Greek Ascended Dust showing up for the old heads over at Frosty Fausting to make the 2nd place. Maybe we're going to be seeing the same for Grover, holding it up for the old heads in later on in the top 8. That could be a possibility. But Icecool is you know, doesn't really care if he's down a game. We've seen Icecool go down a game in a lot of sets, sets that he actually does end up winning on. And it just really comes down to that methodical play. He figures out the habits, he figures out the play style, and then he dissects it.
I do like this early burst from Grover, keeping Icecool with just tackle and sonic spin. It really does come down to if Grover can keep Icecool from unlocking DP, the offense Grover has is just so deadly. So big kind of mission here is stop the snowball, make sure Icecool is never winning neutral, and just run this Carl pressure to the finish line.
Yeah, you really want to have Icecool feel the famine of not having any of his special moves unlocked and just continuing to mount this pressure, making it so that he does not even get an opportunity to do anything. But Icecool going to be getting something started, finding a throw, and going to be unlocking a few specials along the way as well. Rooting straight into Ground Viper, getting the DP unlocked at the end as well. No spin. You really just want the versatility of having that invulnerable option. The throw tech in the air, Icecool on top of it, and Icecool catching Grover overhead with the 60.
Not the footsies overhead. That was vile.
Honestly,
got the big Crypt Guard overhead.
Just raw, no butter like that.
No butter? That's crazy. All right, once again, Grover trying to keep Icecool poor, keep him hungry, but the DP unlock does come through. This is going to be much harder for Grover to run offense here, as we're already seeing.
Unlock their specials, but good. That was a pretty solid burst from Grover. A good opportunity to do so. Now he's out of that situation, setting up a situation of his own. What's the situation? Well, that's for Icecool to figure out, and for y'all at home, because we're seeing the double jump to bait a DP from Icecool and open up with the doll below.
Really threatening here, going for the super just to keep the offense. How did you get through the... I don't know. That was an unblockable, right?
Is it because we have the hit?
Does the super mess with it?
I think so.
That was... Oh, no! Icecool now responding in kind, even with all that meter spent from Grover, was not enough. And now Icecool back to winning once again.
Insane defense from Icecool, and you really do need it. But I really like the awareness from Grover as well on offense, going for, you know, the double jumps, the super jumps, while the doll is below to catch Icecool, maybe trying to pop OD, or, you know, maybe trying to use his DP, because we're constantly going to be out of that range, and that doll will be punishing Icecool really with no risk at all.
Yeah, I mean, Icecool just cool as a cucumber on defense, but it just feels like Grover does not want to be anywhere near Icecool once those big swings start coming out, like you were saying, the overdrive, the DP. Grover just trying to keep that distance.
And that's exactly what Icecool is doing too, immediately backing up on the round start. Looks like that patient approach is not quite working out, at least early on.
Fighting games are like a conversation, and Grover's trying to communicate with a carrier pigeon.
You know what that looked like?
Let's be far.
That situation kind of looked, you know, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Heritage for the future. You know, the 2A, 5A, 2A, 5A, Tandem Super. I don't know how familiar you are with that game. That's exactly what it looked like to me as the doll was just walking him down from behind. Like, no, let's move you a little bit on the screen here.
I thought you were gonna make a different JoJo's reference, which is the doll ran out of gauge to get that throw, and I just thought you were like, JoJo, take the last of my Hamon! This is for you!
That works too.
Doll! You died! No. What a hero versus Icecool!
To avoid death, just barely, and that will not be working out for him. We see that 6 being neutral, but Grover up in the air, avoiding it and getting a solid punish there. Grover on set point over Icecool, and this is going to be a huge confirm because now Icecool is immediately set into the corner. We better hope that Icecool's defense stays ice cold, but right now Grover is packing him up and throwing him into the fridge because Icecool now is at 50% life, and that is going to be lowering even more as Grover finds another connection on Icecool. Icecool blood red right now. What are we going to do? Spending the meter on the guard cancel to get out, and there's a throw.
Yeah, Icecool is getting put on ice there, but has thawed out now. DP unlocked, so much damage. Active Flow going to be adding on to that even hard. Look at all the red life on Grover's side. Oh no! You gotta burst! You can't burst! Get me out! Grover!
No, the activation for Icecool. We could have blocked out that burst from Grover, but Icecool not opted to suspend it.
Oh no! Has to watch the burst here. Icecool will connect with it, but Grover's still around up. Plenty of meter to spend. Doll is still alive.
Doll, both these players are hit away. The guard cancel coming in from Icecool. The burst from Grover coming out, and that's gonna be it. The Grover taking it over Icecool just barely, and making it into winners finals. Y'all, you better not be asleep in the chat right now. I saw y'all talking about it because that was gaps. And speaking of characters that do not leave many gaps, we got Izanami on the stage with Relius the dad taking it over from the son.
When you were saying just like this character on screen, now I'm like, which one?
Yeah, which one exactly? Because Relius kind of just does the same thing, especially once he has a meter, and he starts spamming, you know, Bio Super, and also just constantly taking turns with this doll, and it can be very ambiguous, you know, where can you press against.
All right, Don trying to take us to a Puppet Winners Finals here. Good overdrive. Koopa Claw is going to escape the situation and the corner.
Now, Dawn is the one that has to escape the corner. Koopa Claws should be able to set up Rid Page after this, I believe. If we choose to go for it, I believe we should, right? There's no reason not to. Unless we want to set up for another mix-up instead. Rid Page does take some time to set up there. And right now, look at Dawn's health bar. It is blood red all throughout. Koopa Claw's not giving Dawn a single time to breathe as we're just going combo into combo.
In danger time right now, though. That barrier got eviscerated by the doll coming down. Koopa Claw's trying to keep the offense up, catches the sidestep. Oh, what an unfortunate whiff there for Dawn. And Koopa Claw's going to take full advantage and secure the round there.
Oh man, is this going to be another upset?
Yeah, what we were talking about, you know, Icecool, probably the favorite to win the whole tournament. Banana, oh my god!
Banana Ken! Oh my god.
Oh, Banana, that air throw was for you, Banana Ken. Oh my gosh, Koopa Claw's in danger time with a hope and a dream here. Getting blessed here by our Blazblue top players here.
Okay, solid confirmed for Dawn there. Playing turns with the puppet. And, okay. Going to be a decent amount of damage. Bleeding combo, we're going to take that regardless. Opens up Koopa Claws with the cross-up, but unfortunately not able to fully confirm. Not quick enough. The anti-air coming in. Koopa Claws trying to stall his momentum in the air with the fireball.
Big starter. Doll just coming back here for Dawn. Does have opportunity for overdrive or burst while Koopa Claws is still up. Has to...
Oh, wow, that's just unfortunate timing for that super.
Unfortunate. Still plenty of meter for Koopa Claws here. Gonna use it to force their way in with that, but Dawn sidestepping through it. The duo bios will trade in Dawn's favor, securing that round.
Level 3.
Yeah, in that instance, you can see that Koopa was not trying to go for that ribcage because we weren't really going to be getting too much off of it as that gauge was so low. So Don had that opportunity to be as oppressive as possible, but now Don cannot play oppressive anymore. Koopa's turn this time, but now Don can take advantage of the fact that Koopa is in a dangerous state if he manages to get out of this corner situation. Fireball set up into the projectiles. What's it going to be? Oh, we just hit the projectiles point blank. Maybe Don trying to jump out.
Yeah, really going to be getting the hurt put on him here, though. That drop is masking the full charge crush trigger. Koopa going to qualify with that starter, getting really good positioning. Now going for the ribcage and the setup.
The blocks from Don coming in like a chicken, jumping up in the air. Does not want to deal with any of that mix-up, and now Don is out. Koopa has to worry if Don can get a few of these confirmed because it will be fatal counter, and this is going to be a good deal of damage. Straight to the dual boss trying to reset, but in that process of Koopa spending those resources to guard cancel to try to get out, the dual bios just keeps him locked down. That's the thing that you have to always keep in mind, and it may show that Koopa does not play against Relius enough to realize that dual bios stays on screen no matter what you do.
We'll see. Well, here comes the test with the air throw. Perfect weaving and navigating there from Don, taking that game and bringing us closer to Puppet Winners Finals.
Dude, it really did feel like Koopa was in control for that entire game, but in the end, Relius was the one that won. Don was the one that came out on top. Yeah, that was kind of interesting. I was like, wait, Koopa lost there.
Really unfortunate. Man. What a showdown at the end there. Really, yeah, Koopa that burst into Duo Bios was really going to hurt their chances of winning. Probably won't make a mistake like that again.
Projectiles, ribcage as well, and immediately sliding in because why not? You're not going to get punished for doing so. But now, we have run out of barrier, no manual reset. But as long as we can keep this offense going, we won't have to worry about that barrier gauge being 0. Projectile.
Both of these characters are like, the gauge comes back during the combo.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just the MO. Oh, Doll's low, I'll hit you with a combo. He's back already. Same thing with Koopa in the barrier.
Okay, ribcage and projectiles, and you can see Don just constantly jumping all throughout, and that really is the smart decision. Koopa is giving you a little too much room, right? To where it's being beneficial for Don to just jump and do whatever he wants. And now Koopa has to be a little more combination, maybe keep that pressure a little more airtight to prevent him from doing so.
Really smart there from Don. We saw the corner steal and then kind of the air dash back and forth trying to bait the counter assault and did get it. Really good on offense here. Koopa is really struggling whenever Don takes the advantage.
Jumping at every single opportunity, and Koopa is unable to keep Don locked down for long. Don is just looking at him straight in the face. He's like, you know what? Your pressure is fake.
Yeah. Really, putting Koopa in a really tough situation here. Super will connect, and in overdrive, this is going to do additional damage. So Koopa really going to put the hurt on here. Has good positioning, but Duo Bios get me away.
And you can see how much damage that dual bios did to the ribcage, even though it didn't connect with it for very long. Koopa is going to look to take some time to recover that barrier gauge, but in the process, Don is not blocking these mix-ups.
Really good positioning right now. Koopa will you get burst back in time? Is going to be close, and it's not even going to matter. Duo Bios, we saw this before. You cannot burst it. And even if you try to, it's not going to work out. Doll's dead, and the full screen low coming out for Don, securing Winners Finals, securing Puppet Winners Finals. Yeah, definitely staying out of the effective range there. It's going to be a little bit harder for Ragna. We're going to gonna get it here. Quetzalgoatl versus Play Guy. And this is loser's side, so tournament lives.
I see that projectile. Play Guy playing on the aggressive, and that's going to be a solid counter on Quetzalgoatl. Quetzalgoatl has been Play Guy before. Both these players do go do trade games back and forth. 6-8 anti-air. Okay, we're just going to go for these free skill unlocks. You're not going to pressure me from full screen. Well, we got our DP and our ground Viper like that just for free. Knockdown, Play Guy working on a perfect, and that actually just completely clears the DP. Play Guy with 100 meter on the table should be able to easily close this out. RC into Carnage Scissors, and that's going to be the minimum damage threshold for the Super. 5.3k, an extremely beefy combo from Ragna there.
Play Guy really flexing that high damage Ragna can get on occasion. That early DP unlock for Quetzalgoatl really putting the fear of God on Play Guy with that. No meter to back up that DP. That was all vibes.
Picks him up with the throw. Quetzalgoatl doing a lot of work in this round. Play Guy holding onto that burst, saving it for the next round, potentially. But right now, we'll try to see if we can really whittle down Quetzalcoatl's resources at the moment. I think like the best case scenario is if Play Guy can get OD or burst from Quetzalcoatl. That should be his first goal. And the second goal is, you know, winning this round and taking the first game cleanly.
Definitely. Oh! Excellent answer there. Quetzalcoatl was aiming to invul through Play Guy's DP RC with Quetzalcoatl's own DP. So Quetzalcoatl was trying to go band for band with invul.
Yeah, and in the case of Susanoo, his DP, I feel like, actually has more invul as well. And also does have the privilege of being bigger. So that is part of the reason why it is such a strong reversal option for this character. And maybe also the reason why it is locked behind the seal that you have to unlock.
And Quetzalcoatl once again racing down that seal, getting DP unlocked very early.
Solid combo coming in from Play Guy. That will be recovering a bit of that health. Not going to be a whole lot. Ragna doesn't recover a lot of health, but it is one of those things where it's not about gaining the lead, it's about maintaining that lead. And it can come into play later on in those really clutch scenarios where one hit quite isn't enough to get that kill. But you know what? This combo might be enough. The 2A connection, but Play Guy instantly bursting on that.
Paid throw there, but great tech by Quetzalcoatl. 2C whiffs, but not fast enough for Play Guy. Trade! Play Guy, not enough health in the bank to make that trade. The credit card is gonna bounce, folks, and with that, Play Guy is no more.
And I think, didn't Quetzalcoatl beat Play Guy at Frosty Falcons? I think that was the case, right?
I believe so.
So maybe we're seeing that exact scenario happen again. Maybe Quetzalcoatl has played enough to where he's starting to beat these strong players that have been around for so long.
The Quetzalcoatl is on the scene. Unbeatable. Oh, yeah. Big fatal starter. Play Guy wants nothing to do with that. Quick burst. And once again, we're seeing Quetzalcoatl getting that DP unlocked very early.
And there's no reason not to when Play Guy is not pressuring you. And this is really interesting because you know how Play Guy likes to sit back so much. Well, in this scenario, Quetzalcoatl's like, hey, you have to come to me. You cannot wait over there. And Quetzalcoatl, in that sense, is maybe trying to force a scrappy situation where Play Guy tries to engage Quetzalcoatl in the scramble, and Quetzalcoatl comes out on top.
Yeah, trying to pull him in that effective range. There we go. We got the God Press, but no meter to dealing 2,000 damage.
Hey, we got our one God Press of the round, and sometimes that's enough. God Press can be a game changer for this character, and we see the throw, the DPRC throw, purple throw actually. Play Guy not teching it in time.
Yeah, we gotta do some misinformation.
That was actually no, that was the OS, right? My bad. That was the OS.
Yeah, that was TRM. No push-ups for Play Guy.
Yeah.
overlapping mechanics there. Purple throw is there, so you can't throw in block stun, but TRM is to make sure you can't mash throw on defense. So even though Play Guy should have been able to detect that throw because he had mashed it earlier, he wasn't able to. Now Play Guy, chip on his shoulder, putting up a lot of damage here. Let's go to one guess away on this round.
There's the Play Guy. Yeah, solid response. Near perfect there.
Yeah. Definitely the Ragna lifesteal can sometimes confuse that. Make it look like there were perfects who weren't there, but come on, Play Guy.
Yeah, right now, Quetzalcoatl on set point. He knows like he cannot allow this to go to a game 2 against Play Guy. That is the last scenario he wants to find himself in, but that might be the case because Play Guy is on a streak when it comes to this round as well. The throw opening up Quetzalcoatl, and Quetzalcoatl locked out of that burst for just a moment, has it back, but at this point it's too late in the combo. You're going to want to save it for the mix-up, and we try to OD raid on the 2A, but Play Guy can just recover so fast and continue to press those 2As as well. Catching Quetzalcoatl, pressing something, trying to do something to escape the corner, and in the end, it does not work out. Quetzalcoatl and Play Guy have now evened up in the set count, and we're going to a final game here in loser side top 8.
Yeah, that was pretty bold from Quetzalcoatl. Was kind of hoping that Play Guy would respect the EA or the DP. But I feel like Play Guy just had too much health to consider that option. Play Guy was like, okay, I get hit by EA. I take like 2,000 damage, whatever. If you mash here, you lose. So it's pretty clear why a Play Guy picked that and why it was like the correct option.
Solid barriers from Play Guy, pushing Quetzalcoatl to make him with some of those normals. Had to use that. Yeah, that was a good barrier on the orb as well. Multi-hitting makes it so that you get pushed back very far if that gets blocked.
Corner we go, Play Guy. Once again taking an early lead here.
Your hands out of my wallet, out of my pockets. I don't have any money in them. And Quetzalcoatl caught, trying to go for the low as Play Guy pops with that OD. Big punish though.
Yeah, now stuck in the corner, Quetzalcoatl putting on the pressure here. One guess away.
Another throw attempt, and Play Guy is starting to catch on to Quetzalcoatl as he starts to detect more and more of these. So is Quetzalcoatl. We're not really getting throws anymore. It's becoming less of a strike throw game and more of a overhead a low game. Play Guy has to focus more on the mix-up potential that Ragna has than the simple fun beats.
Backing away here, but really unfortunate whiff there on the Blood Scythe. Quetzalcoatl, your loss is my gain, taking full advantage of it, going for the overdrive super. We're going to see every single special move, and now the laser beam. Taking it there, Quetzalcoatl.
If you're unsure of how that super works, basically it scales with how many specials you have unlocked. So the more specials you have unlocked, the more damage it does. And that also provides a very interesting interaction with OD because it allows you to use every single special in that super.
Oh! The whiffs there. Once again, like you were saying, the throw game has become a little bit more complicated. So Play Guy trying to kind of weave in those whiffs and then find the throw eventually.
Okay, knockdown. We're seeing the 5A. Okay, there's the TRM. And with that, Play Guy taking this one cleanly straight into the super easy finish. Quetzalcoatl and Play Guy going to a final game, final round, both with bursts on the table. What's this round start going to be? 5C from Quetzalcoatl starting us off into the gunshot. With both players not wanting to interact with each other, but Quetzalcoatl going to be the first one to push the narrative forward.
Yeah, I mean, these footsies right now, and that's what it... Quetzalcoatl trying to find this unlock, but scared that if he goes for a play, guy's just going to run in. So at the end of the day, we're just staring each other down.
That JC was so clean, man.
That spike. Let's go think about that. Can't quite connect off of the crush trigger, but did strip a lot of barrier away from Play Guy.
Play Guy's going to play a lot more sparse with that barrier gauge if we want to keep pushing Quetzalcoatl now more often. Okay, Quetzalcoatl. Unlock the Blade of Judgment. I'm not too sure how we feel about the sword unlock here. It may not have been on purpose either. It may have just been like, oh, I gotta unlock a special. Let's just unlock this one.
Going for overdrive now. Full special moves available. The Play Guy just going to counter assault back, waste a lot of the time on that overdrive. Blood Sight denied with the anti-air, burst back from Play Guy. Quetzalcoatl is in active flow, so we'll be building back towards this burst. May have the option to use that as a get-out-of-jail-free card. Crush trigger. Watch the burst.
It is not. Oh, okay, burst coming out.
Look at the time. Look at the time.
You're right, 10 seconds
do it. You don't have time, Quetzalcoatl. Oh, big starter.
This could be huge. Oh, no, we don't have time. That's 3
it's
seconds
enough.
left.
Goes for the God Press. Timer scam, and with that Play Guy punching the ticket 2-1 versus Quetzalcoatl. So it was down to the wire there, and Quetzalcoatl made the right decision. He dropped.
Kokonoe can just set up so much on the screen, like the graviton to manipulate your movement, or set up the balls to make it so that you cannot approach Kokonoe for free, as well as the pillars.
Yes, this is definitely going to look much more like anime neutral than like last game, which was like Street Fighter with air pushes. Like, I don't even know what this is going to look like. Super jump back for both of them, and there we go. You know, you wouldn't see that in Street Fighter, would?
No, you would not. Throw counter coming in from Fuzzama to start us off. Okay. That's going to be a lot of scaling because of all those JAs in the middle of the combo. Unfortunately for Fuzzama, we dropped the ender of that combo, so we're not going to be getting that hard knockdown. But if we're not getting that hard knockdown, that's just an opportunity for a reset. We call that a reset. And LordMacoT has been reset multiple times as a Fuzzama continues to do a lot of small packet damage on LordMacoT, and that's adding up over time, eventually ending in a perfect.
Yeah, I'm just really, really dominant. The chain placement was like perfect the whole way through. Never really let up. Now LordMacoT finally getting a chance to breathe here. They start building that wall of projectiles against Fuzzama.
There's an attempt to do so, but Fuzzama expertly weaving through those moves, playing patient, waiting for it to go just low enough to where you can sneak over with the chains. Right now, LordMacoT is the one that's trying to sneak away with this round win over Fuzzama. To get hit. Laser catches Fuzzama. Hold your tongue, you may be jinxing LordMacoT because the OD...
He took poison damage from the EA.
The OD guarantees that's not going to be it. Man, Fuzzama. Maybe Fuzzama's just being toxic. Like, you know what? I don't want you to.
I don't know if wasting OD to steal a perfect is really a winning strategy here. How it plays out.
You know the saying. It's like you may have won the battle, but I won the war.
What they say, the things I do for love pushes you out of a building. And here we go. Okay, this is a little bit more even. A little bit more even here.
Oh yeah, and you got to be careful about rolling or really doing anything when that bomb is attached to you.
Oh! This anti-air does a bit. Oh no!
A super ball, and you're gonna have to respect that into the throw with that gap that it created. OD activation, LordMacoT dropping the combo. Fuzzama can make something work with this life steal ring. We're going to be recovering enough health to where we're not going to instantly die. But as I say that, LordMacoT going to be rooting straight into that. I say not instantly die from like a straight hit, but in that instance, LordMacoT getting a very intentional hit there and intentionally comboing off of it.
Yeah, that was, I mean, LordMacoT just gives you like so many things to look at on the screen and then just throws you. It can be really difficult to kind of navigate these games when you have to keep track of so many things. Where am I? Where's my opponent? Where's the projectile? Is there a super projectile right now? Where's he gonna teleport to?
And you also gotta be thinking too, is like, oh yeah, the Super Ball is gonna be here, but where are we gonna set up that Gravitron to bring the Super Ball to next?
Yeah.
You can kind of just like move it like a delivery truck. It's like, yeah, I'm not happy with this placement. I want it over there instead. And when you can change it on the dime like that, and honestly, the movement from it can be unpredictable as well. It may be in one spot, but when you set up a Gravitron in another spot, then the arc it moves to get to that point can be difficult to work around, especially when you're Hazama, where all this screen space is you want to be having as much freedom when it comes to the screen space you have available.
Yeah. But it's definitely, I mean, Kokonoe is a very expressive character, which is always good to have in fighting games. She can do some pretty scientific things that you're like, what? You can do that in that game? So, always a fun time to watch. And then Fuzzama on the other side, always fun to watch because he just does so much damage. He's a different type of scientist. His character is just a guy, but the player is a scientist of Hazama. Man is in the lab every single day. There's too much damage on this character.
Oh my god, okay. Yeah, we can just fly across the screen just like that, you know? You're looking at Hazama like, I got changes too. Watch this.
Oh, backdash caught. Can't quite convert though. Fuzz. Unfortunate drop.
Drops coming in for LordMacoT, sets up the bomb. Fuzzama rolls out, and look at that, just catches Fuzzama in the air. Airspace is under LordMacoT's control. Tension from Fuzzama, though, we should be able to come off of that. And hard knockdown here as well.
Full charge, but LordMacoT
No.
mashes.
I'm surprised we mashed on the stance. Oh,
That's my gut.
that is great.
Fuzzama's been getting hit with some legendary 5-8. Rover with that 5. Oh no!
Yeah, that's rough.
That was a really.
Yeah, I physically winced at that.
Recoiled in my seat.
Exactly.
It's like watching a cartoon character get hit in the nuts.
I got the Neuralink, and I got the Neuralink attached, and I feel like every single character feeling.
Same side there. I think. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, using that barrier, pushing out Fuzzama way too much. Now Fuzzama, unfortunately, not able to keep that offense going as LordMacoT sets up offense of his own, keeping Fuzzama stuck to him like glue as that Gravitron from behind vacuums him in.
LordMacoT is doing Oki setups he can't even pronounce. What's going on? I don't. Here we go. Look, I'm sitting down and I'm just listening. I'm taking in what LordMacoT's putting down.
I'm just noticing.
Yeah, we're learning together.
Eventually, still could beat this final round here. LordMacoT getting around his own in game number 2. Fuzzama with the round as well, getting the bomb explosion. Not able to get in a combo extension off of it. That was a bit awkward.
Positioned here though. Gonna keep that projectile going. LordMacoT pretty low on Gravitons right now. I do believe Kokonoe regenerates them slowly, but could be caught with his pants down if he runs out of them.
That's good, but we have 5 in the tank now, so that should be plenty to last us through the rest of the round. If we're putting them in the right spot for right now, Fuzzama is in a pretty good position. Unfortunately, like kind of just taking the corner there, but able to get the corner back.
Back and away, retreating, getting caught by that descending JP. LordMacoT opportunity here after that tech out. This is Fuzz's tournament life here. Overhead connects. Should be it. No burst from Hazama. Tons of meter on LordMacoT's side, and the soup ball will be enough. Second game gotten, and Fuzzama will be eliminated here in top 8.
Yeah, and just like this early in the bracket, because you're like, oh yeah, you know, he might be like losers finals, but being right here against being sent down by Grover, you know that Icecool is trying to redeem himself later on in the bracket, and, you know, get a lion's share of the pot that we have here sitting at a pretty 205. Well, we're going to be seeing the intros play out because, like you said, this is the hero versus the villain. In this instance, Play Guy really is the protagonist, with all of the protagonist friends cheering him on in the chat.
Yeah, we got a lot of Ragna fans in the chat right now. Let's see if Icecool can really be the villain here, take down the people's hero. Good so far. We did see this matchup earlier with Quetzalgoatl versus Play Guy, but Icecool and Quetzalgoatl, pretty different play styles, so we'll see how Play Guy will have to shift his offense, his neutral, to adapt to this different play.
Orb, push backs and safe. Yeah, nice quick just wait for Play Guy to approach. He knew exactly how far he would be moving, and that is going to be a huge confirm for Icecool. If we spend our resources, we can win, but Icecool with such a huge lead does not want to waste anything. Trying to save it for the next round.
We're here getting a little bit of lifesteal every time one special is blocked. We'll hopefully make it so, you know, like a 5B trade for 5B won't immediately kill Play Guy. You can be a little bit more aggressive on offense now because of that lifesteal.
For sure, we'll be seeing him recover just enough to where, you know, a single DP hit may not be the end of everything, but that is going to be the end. Icecool catching a Play Guy, well, in a very slow round. Kind of what you expect from these two patient players, down to 12 seconds in the very first round.
Good. I was going to call that out as well. Yeah, just how kind of methodical these two play. Very defensive, you know, very controlling, wanting to always make the right decision in neutral. There we go. Icecool, DP unlocked. Getting Ground Viper for the corner carry. Very well positioned right now.
Blocks low from Play Guy. Able to get out, but as I say that, the DPRC combo from Icecool get back into the corner. Now, Play Guy better be pulling up a chair, pulling up a table, because you're going to be in that corner for long. But spending that burst, Play Guy cheats death for just a little bit longer.
He's not going to finish him off, but yeah, any chip damage was going to be really hard to Play Guy to deal with. Icecool punching that ticket. 2 rounds, 1 game. Only 1 game away from eliminating Icecool, continuing this loser's run.
Please select your character.
That we
Susanoo,
are.
Ragna,
One
Bloodedge.
more game is all we need, and Icecool is looking to shake no hands, not talk to anyone. He wants to get back to that to grand finals as quickly as possible, get to that winning side of the bracket and win this whole thing. Play Guy right now posing that problem. 5C on round start, maybe not ready to fully confirm off it. We don't really have too many options. We don't have our seals unlocked yet.
Again, this pretty standard pressure. Play Guy weaving in some instant blocks where he can, just to reduce this frame advantage in this board. Ooh, scramble in the air. Looked like it was going to be really Play Guy advantage there, but couldn't make it happen. It's cool, really good movement.
And the anti-air once again. Play Guy jumping into the air for a little bit too long, getting caught.
Again, Icecool really known for the patience, and we're seeing how that plays off. Icecool finding that really good anti-air. This combo gonna deal peanuts, but will get really good positioning right now for Play Guy. He's gonna pull this into lethal range here. Play Guy looking very good.
That he is, but Icecool still can close it out regardless. Talking a lot for someone in 6B range.
Icecool following the mantra, always be closing, making sure that nobody can get away. And so, this is a methodical and patient playstyle.
And 6B is not just strong as a neutral tool or a pressure tool or a combo tool. 6B is great as a whiff punish tool as well, because it does launch Susanoo far enough forward to where he can punish a lot of things a lot further than you think.
Seeing that standard Play Guy pressure coming in now. A little stagger. Finds Icecool mashing. A little bit extra with this counter.
Throw from Play Guy, and this might just be a perfect. Hold on. The DPRC, and that is definitely perfect.
More than enough there, Play Guy. To flip the script here, keep that tournament life alive.
5B, Jesus kick. Smiting the god of death with his leg. Play Guy is playing neutral incredibly well here in this final round, pushing Icecool into the corner without really landing any real combo over Icecool. Icecool trying to get a combo of his own with it. Anti-air gets bursted on.
Yeah, I mean, but what a good trade, though. You get that burst gone, no more overdrive available from Ragna, and now Icecool can play really fundamental here on offense because there's no threat of the overdrive from Play Guy.
Yeah, no OD is a big deal. We've seen why it can be a big deal when these timers get lower and lower, and this might be one of those timers that's going to be running the distance.
We'll see. There's definitely plenty of time on the clock, and Play Guy now finding a pretty key opening. It definitely could come down to it like before. Icecool can block for a really long time. Oh no. This is a disaster. Huge starter for Icecool. Like you said, overdrive still in the pocket. Icecool's able to stop the clock, stop the burst from coming back with that, and clean it up. 2-0 Icecool staying alive here in loser side of top 8. Unbelievable setups on P. So we'll see what happens.
Like the intros play, and also playing a must die. The one required must die of any Blazblue tournament. It's not a Blazblue tournament without must die playing once, and we're getting it, but not in the Susanoo matchup.
The wheel of fate is turning.
They're stealing the.
They might as well be having this theme though, right? Okay. Oh, in the pickup from Kokonoe is ready for it.
Claws off to the races here. Izanami can be so dangerous when she gets started, but LordMacoT just putting the buttons where they count. Really good defense.
Good defense for sure. Bomb extension ready to come off with this time, but not that final ground bounce. All up in that combo. Ball coming down, keeping from caught locked down, but that pinwheel is going to be doing the same job against Kokonoe.
Too much off that overdrive there, but in it, and got active flow now, so getting that overdrive back faster is going to be pretty important for your resource game. LordMacoT catching with the overhead, but can't finish his food. Baits the counter assault, but once again, can't finish the round.
The Super Ball going to be cleaning things up for LordMacoT. Catching Koopa Claws from full screen, just this giant projectile that is inevitable. It's an inevitability that's going to be making it to you if it's on the screen.
Hopeless. LordMacoT able to, whoa. The reset cross up.
This was here, unfortunately, drop the combo again.
Seeing the strat that has worked pretty well, which is every time Koopa Claws gets that ribcage set up, just take to the skies, get as far away as he can. Freaking out. LordMacoT taking it. Game 1.
And continuing that trend of, I didn't think this player was going to make it that far, but when you really think about it, they really are just that good.
Select your character.
So it's really cool to see LordMacoT already with a pretty solid lead over Koopa Claws, but man, I don't know who I want to see move forward because I enjoy watching both of them play so much. They play such interesting characters with Izanami and the Kokonoe. Don't want to see either of them go. And I say that like it's an offline major and like, you know, it's the last year it's being Blazblue is being held there. But it is a little sad to see these players make it so far in the bracket, but not quite making it into the prizing.
Let's see it then. We need the rally back from Koopa Claws. Keep this matchup on screen for a little while.
The wheel of fate is turning.
Let's make it happen.
Action.
I believe in you, Koopa. I know I'm rooting for top 1, but it's rooting for you.
Hey, it's an arguable top 1 because there legitimately are other characters vying for that spot. Because you have Carl also vying for it. You also have Rachel even vying for that. We just don't see many Rachel players around, I would say, that are really utilizing that character at its fullest.
Go, really good positioning. LordMacoT gonna pop that burst though to escape the corner positioning and already taking a big neutral win here. Will eat the EA.
Massive OG that's going to be activated, active flow for Koopa Claws now. With a lot of meter and OG back as well. We are ready at 5 tips left just off of active flow. It's going to be even more. TampaNever was used into the first place. LordMacoT though, trying their best, trying to make this comeback. The cross up Super Ball catching Koopa Claws, not blocking the right side. Super Ball, one more mix up, and the OD acting as a pause button. Koopa Claws could have reacted to block in the correct way, but Koopa Claws might have been just expecting a throw there, and that just did not come out.
Oh, what a stop sign at the round start. Really going to be important for Koopa Claws securing this early lead. Oh my god. Pressure. What an early lead here. Koopa Claws really putting the paint on. LordMacoT able to rally here though.
On the same side and pulling the Hazama. I'm gonna call that the Hazama from now on. It really does feel like that.
Yeah, I mean she just flies away.
Like the helicopters, the Hazama, whatever you want to call it. They're both pretty accurate descriptions. An accurate description of this round, of this set so far is LordMacoT has been in control. Even when Koopa Claws does take a few rounds, LordMacoT always finds some way to bounce back, and he's not going to have to bounce back anymore. Instead, bouncing forward to open up Koopa Claws with that overhead. Koopa Claws spending that burst, the air tech, and the air tech from the air throw. Coming out, LordMacoT getting opened up, not choosing to really have to. I don't think we really have to worry about this too much. Koopa Claws will be able to get ribcage set up, but not for long.
Oh, jumped out. Ribcage is gone, but finds the anti-air. Koopa Claws could make this happen. Each player's going to be one hit away after this. Don't know if I don't think it moves the needle in either direction. It doesn't get especially good Oki. Seeing the Super Ball now.
And now LordMacoT had to, was waiting for it. You could tell. He was, like, respecting the Super Ball.
Here it comes!
It came from the other side. It's still on the screen. I thought it was gone, too. I'm not going to. Koopa Claus, I don't even blame you there. I thought the Super Ball was done.
I am another commentator. I think it'll be sick.
The
tell
commentator,
Bailey.
Royal Rumble, but we're actually throwing hands.
Yeah, tell Bailey to put that in. And here we go. The what you've been waiting for. Doll Winners Finals. Grover versus Don. Here we go.
Father versus son. I think, isn't Grover older than Don? Oh, we're not going to worry about that. Grover spending the burst. Actually, both these players spending their burst early on in the round. But right now, Don is the one in control over Grover and making Relius look much more of a top tier than Carl. Finds the throw, catching Grover, getting the reset, and with the super, that's going to be Don's around to win a very quick finish.
Quick first round there for Don. Keeping the ignition on, wanting to keep this momentum, and it is so important in this matchup. Both of these characters are way better on offense than they are on defense. So whoever wins neutral is at a huge advantage for the rest of the round.
And there it is. We got the doll just holding it back in case Don try to press anything. And it's just so scary just trying to press on the Oki situation that Grover is presenting to Don in the double clap combo. That's going to be a perfect for Grover. Grover, once on the offense, can just play that single player game of continuing to open up Don over and over again.
It's so interesting just how important the round start situation is, because one single mistake could just spell disaster for the whole team. It's so scary.
Yeah, these matchups can certainly be very polarizing, and even more so, like when you said that both these players, don't have the strongest defense. They don't have really strong reversals tied to them outside of OD, so it can be difficult to make
They're
things
beating
work.
each other's butts! Oh my god! They were having a doll fight! Oh! The duo bios? Relius's doll was putting hands on Carl. Oh my gosh!
Dude, Carl's sister just taking all of it, man. The mom getting a little too aggressive. Got the shoe in hand.
Please select your character.
Wow! Oh my gosh. That was simultaneous. Carl was beating Relius as Relius's doll was beating Carl's doll. Man, duo bios is crazy. I'm so impressed that Grover was able to get past it with that air dash.
Action.
Double jump approach. Oh wow, that actually was just completely in the blind spot. That burst spent from Don. Aggressive burst from Grover to keep Don locked in, but Don will be winning that interaction. Okay.
Getting over.
Good hit. And now the doll is back out. The doll meter has fully recovered. And that's going to pressure Grover into the corner. Grover finding his way out and reversing the situation, tossing him into the corner instead. Both players still don't really have too much in terms of supers available, or really OD and burst either. But with that, Grover going for a bit of a different setup, because usually that is the one to bait DP or bait a mash. But in that instance, Grover landed a little bit quicker than normal and went for that throw in the middle instead.
Okay, things looking really tough here for Don as the burst is baited after the cross under. Grover going to be taking perfect positioning here with no response available for Don. No counter assault, no burst, just has to hold all of this. Final guess, Grover qualifies. Now quick 2-0 over Don.
Dude, these matches are flying by.
Yeah!
I know these characters can do a lot of damage. I know they can get a lot of openings, but it is far more explosive than I would have expected. Like, shoot. Susanoo, the Susanoo mirror at Frosty Faustings was slower than this, I think.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's just so volatile because none of them really have an answer for the other's pressure. So it really does become like a single-player game after that first bit.
Yeah, that's true. Grover right now completing all these side quests along the way as he tries to approach Dawn in the corner, but Dawn moving forward, advancing in front of Grover's face, finding some small hits, not any big combos, but a lot of these trades have been proven to be very beneficial for Dawn.
Blocking it out there, Grover showing some fantastic defense. Bounce off the races. Tier connects. Dawn really threading the needle there, finding the opportunity for the answer and getting rewarded handsomely.
Rebel 2.
And with this round, let's see if Dawn can close out a single game against Grover here. Grover right now, honestly, just on a demon time. I don't know what's going on. Normally he gets that buff in losers and he kind of just jobs in winners, but right now, dude is playing in winners like he has nothing, like he has nothing left on the line here.
Yeah, well, Grover's a player who I feel like is always making red always comes first, and that is Grover's MO. So I am perhaps worried that the encouragement and the generosity from people with the Matcherino have awakened Demon Grover, and that he is now here to play.
Like I finally want to make some money for once.
Yeah.
Time to lock in.
I mean, not for what Grover's been making money fighting games. He's looking to cash a new check.
Yeah, there we go. Add them to the set.
Relius Clover.
Okay, but Dawn finally getting his first game over Grover here. And looking pretty good as well. But we'll see what Grover has in response. Dawn still needs to win 2 more games if we want to make it 2 winner side grand final. So Grover still has a bit of time to try and adapt to Dawn and try to close out 1 or more game. We see him close out some rounds here and there. We need to be able to make sure that we are finishing the job.
All right, really good doll gauge advantage right now for Grover. Will start coming back as this combo, concludes. Grover's still really well positioned.
He is, and even more so now that he has taken that burst from Dawn. But Grover trying to do some shenanigans from full screen is getting interrupted by Dawn in the process. Grover has had enough in front of Dawn's face. Here it is. There's the mix-up coming in. The guard cancels does not want to deal with any of it, but Grover can still make his way back in because the Dawn can be locked down for so long.
Find the opportunity here, pretty low, so going for duo bios. Good tech. Grover escaping the duo bios. Doll really low for Dawn. Let's make something happen here. The stone head technique. Grover escaping the corner. The confident walk. Unbelievable.
And the double overhead. Dawn has the double overhead as well. Grover has them too. And Grover on set point. Are we going to be seeing a grand final as Grover? Backdash gets caught by Dawn. Here's the combo into the setup, but rolling past the doll gets out of that OP situation, and now Grover is free to roam. Sending out those projectiles, controlling the doll from afar, and now it's party time unless we choose to spend this meter. And so far, Dawn has been spending a lot of these resources to get Grover off them.
This is a little bit scary. If Grover dies quickly, that burst is really going to hurt his chances of winning this game. So that is what happened. So a little bit dangerous right now for Grover. Won't have the opportunity to go for this momentum burst, and will kind of have to hold any pressure that Relius can put out if Grover
Just trading hits back and forth. And a lot of it.
Oh, what an air
read from Dawn, methodical, and just catching Grover off guard, goes for that air dash into the air throw, and that really just turned the tables completely in Don's favor.
Yeah, it's what's looking like the narrative now is that, you know, Don will get really low on doll gauge like this, and then will disengage, and Grover can't really put on the pressure because Carlson's positioning right now, though. Counter assault, hard knockdown is gonna hurt.
Yeah, the doll on the other side of Don, but not going to be doing all too much. Don jumping to avoid it. Grover expending the burst as the final Hail Mary attempt. There are pixels of life remaining. We cannot take a single hit. We've seen Grover come back from make these comebacks against these players, but that is not the day as Don has evened up the set count to a 2-2 in this best of 5. Grover now, with such a huge lead before, has had that all stripped away from him. Don is looking to make this comeback.
Yeah, the pendulum swung so quickly with this. Don, yeah, 1 game away now.
Just getting straight to business. One more round, 2 more rounds for either of these players, as we only have 1 more game to go. Grover dashing forward, not committing to too much, so Don not committing to too much either, instead of going for a simple chicken block into the doll call from above.
Yeah, really being a little bit more safe with it being, you know, so high stakes here. 1 game away from grand finals. Who's going to be going to it? The way doll active for Carl. Not able to do much with those rapid stabs. Counter assault so important in this matchup. I feel like that's what people have been spending meter on the most. Oh, baited out!
Goal! And Don is getting closer and closer. If Grover was on set point before, Don is now on set point himself.
Materializing here, really good start from Don. Putting on the pressure, no burst for Grover, can't really escape this. Finds a big hit though. Where Don's really winning is once that doll gauge is low, disengaging, letting the regen work, a counter assault bait of Grover's own there.
Right now, Grover is going to be getting that burst back by the end of this round, so Don has to keep that in mind. Maybe trying to play a lot of these burst baits, but when you're doing so, you're not finishing your food, and Grover is still alive. Setting up the doll, the blue beam combo, Grover dropping out.
Keeping you on the ground. I feel you just got popped the overdrive or something. What's the plan here, Grover?
Is running low. Grover approaching Don, but is now so low. The OD activation into the Yan connects. Grover still in the game for just a little bit longer. Still not enough. Don taking it over Grover just barely as his doll wins that interaction. That is going to be the set. Let me retrace this. No, I think it was to get into top 24, right? Yeah, it was into top 24. Close enough, though. Close enough. I was off 1 round.
But yeah,
we've seen this already, but this is going to be a different set of players as Icecool is the one to take a crack at it.
I think Icecool will be a little bit prepared for this matchup. I think it still is a bad matchup, but it did feel a little bit like Quetzalgoatl was getting a little caught off guard. Like the Kokonoe situations aren't one that he's seen that often. So we'll see how it, like you said, with different players, how it kind of pans out.
Oh, okay, just blocking the orb, just blocking the ball up in the air, and immediately on the aggressive Super Ball reversal from LordMacoT, catching Icecool, and that's going to be stealing the corner, but as we try to set up the laser killer, Icecool just instantly going for that DPRC extension and taking the round away from LordMacoT.
And if this round is anything to go off of, well, Icecool is already looking pretty darn good.
Yeah, the big race down the Graviton, kind of keeping Icecool away, forcing Susanoo to really work his legs, get that cardio in. Oh.
Not able to fully confirm, but that is a pretty decent hit for Icecool. Unfortunately, not able to get too much in mid-screen without the appropriate specials. Defense Graviton putting it away a little too far. Pop up, trying to get the extension. DP narrowly missing LordMacoT.
Going to be really struggling here. Can really pressure with the RC, with the Super Ball. We saw LordMacoT really put some finesse on with the Super Ball, and we'll find it here.
LordMacoT getting a round of his own in game number 1. Remember, folks, this is loser semi, so we're back in this 1-2 format. We have less time to adapt. Oh, and the anti-air just narrowly catching LordMacoT. If LordMacoT waited just a little bit longer, that Graviton would have pulled Icecool back a little too far for that to connect.
What a confirm there, and got the DP unlock off of it as well. Very key unlock for this matchup.
Ball floating in the air, preventing Icecool from trying to approach in that airspace. This is a no-fly zone.
LordMacoT is actually broke on Gravitons right now. We were talking about how unlikely it is, and she does generate them every couple of seconds, but I mean, that's just showing you how much LordMacoT is just using this to try and keep Susanoo away.
Yeah, a couple seconds is a long time, right? But LordMacoT really just used the perfect amount to open up Icecool in that final moment, using every single one he had available in an effort to do so. LordMacoT taking a game over Icecool, yet another situation where I'm like, wow, I did not expect that to happen.
Well, we'll see. The most important thing to be in fighting games is a closer. So we'll see if LordMacoT is able to take it over the finish line, or if Icecool will be able to rally back.
Dude, it's like the... Whenever I hear like, oh, the most important part is being a closer, is like, I always envision the one Whiplash scene, where it's like, are you a rusher or are you a dragger, right? But in this instance, like, are you a dropper or are you a closer? Well, what is it?
Yeah, I mean, you're either in fighting games, you're either a or you're a closer, and you gotta choose which one. Me, notorious choker. I could not win a set to save my life. If I ever look like I'm about to upset someone, I'm going to lose. But LordMacoT, maybe you're different. Maybe you're a closer.
Well, this is a great way to start this final round. OD activation, but LordMacoT spamming that to a hammering it in, as Icecool now is without that OD gauge. It would be repairing that because it was OD. At the same time, that is a resource that you don't want to give up like that. Super Ball, that's going to be a counter, but you still have to respect that Super Ball coming down, and that's going to break LordMacoT out of that combo and provide LordMacoT a way to take back his turn. The laser catching Icecool on the hurt box extension, and that is going to be very close to killing here, I think. No, with the super, that's definitely going to be dead.
Yeah, and again, I'd like to stress that because the Super Ball doesn't go away when she gets hit, it's really complicated the way that you punish it. Like, we saw there that Icecool couldn't punish it without getting hit by it. Like, it's very knowledge checky the way you deal with that.
Oh man, that's just tough. Icecool trying to play things like he normally would, like a 5C in the neutral, but getting caught by that fireball in the process. Too slow to use effectively can catch LordMacoT. And these Gravitons are just doing the Lord's work here, just controlling this entire space. But now LordMacoT is out of those Gravitons, so we've got to be playing a lot more careful when it comes to spending them. Or maybe not, because remember what I said before is like, you know, He's using the perfect amount. He's using every single one of them when he can, but now he's in a famine state where he does not have any gravitons available, and Icecool has him in pressure.
Eating a ton of damage here, and you can't use gravitons if you're in hits. Really needs to escape this situation before he can use those. He'll lose the round there.
Nothing he could have done in that situation. And interesting to see that Icecool did not respect the Super Ball on Wake Up either. Because Icecool has shown that, oh yeah, he can counter hit LordMacoT in the process, but and just no respect there. And did work out in his favor. And now Icecool got his first round of the set, and maybe more, but LordMacoT is certainly giving him a fight even in what could potentially be the final round here of this set. 2C connects, but that's going to be a trade.
Once again, we're broke when it comes to Graviton. Icecool taking advantage to really run in there, knowing that there was no way for LordMacoT to kind of impair his movements. Now off to the races here. First is available. The info lasted long enough to go through both hits of the 2C, allowing LordMacoT to mash out, tried to find the TRM. Is it enough? Super Ball.
Oh, the burst coming out in the nick of time. Icecool still alive. It catches him with the 5C. That was an awkward hit as LordMacoT was in the air. Graviton's available, and that changes LordMacoT's aerial momentum just enough to find the finish.
And that's the upset. He made it, right?
That means he beat Aedrock, right? That's how it works, right?
That's the transitive property of fighting game.
Okay, but this is going to be a 6-set. Grover and LordMacoT here for losers finals. Yet to see this matchup. Icecool is trying to get that run back, but now LordMacoT in his place is trying to make something work. We're going to get to this grand final spot. LordMacoT, this loser's run has been incredible so far, but Grover is going to be that wall in his path.
Yeah, fighting for our places on the podium here. Guaranteed third if you lose here. We really want to be fine with just bronze. We want to take it a little further than that. And Grover really positioning himself, taking this corner.
Yeah, this 5A waiting for the fireball, so the extension. The combo going to be taking it regardless. Super Ball comes out, and now, this is going to be a much harder matchup to play with, because if you want to go for Super Ball on Wake Up, it's going to be a lot harder to do so compared to Susanoo, because Carl can just use the doll and be relatively risk-free.
Yeah, I mean, super smart there, using the super invul to make sure that you got through the second bounce of that projectile super. It is, like, straight up, you have to watch the YouTube video about how to punish that, or just go for an invincible super. You can do some really tricky stuff to punish it, and it's really cool. But if you don't know kind of like what your character is supposed to do, you can't really figure it out.
Hitting overhead, catches Grover. Oh my gosh, what is even going on? The screen is filled with traps. But either way, Grover able to get out, and so has LordMacoT removing himself from the situation, immediately coming back in, moving at his own pace. Bomb is set up, going for a reset, and getting the extension as well with the Graviton set up on the other side.
Kokonoe is just playing that whimsical neutral restand. I'm Jin! The Jin cosplay! The ice restand.
Let's go. We may not be seeing Jin play much in today's meta, but we are going to be seeing glimpses of the Jin mindset.
Ooh, throw counter. Grover trying to go for like a stop sign air button there, trying to keep LordMacoT away, but the throw will connect.
Plus frames, overhead connection with the wrench. And that certainly throws a wrench in Grover's plan, as he does have to spend that burst along the way. Set up these pillars as these walls. A throw counter from Grover. This is huge.
Throw counter for throw counter here. We're stealing each other's techniques. put a patent on that, Kokonoe. We're getting off to the rate, going for the cross-up. Good block there by Grover.
And that might have been the correct decision. Get the extension. We have the mirror. Don't drop it. Into the super. And that is going to be the first game going to LordMacoT. This loser's run has been absurd, my guy. Oh my.
Yeah, this is like, after that game, I'm like pulling up the bracket, like, who sent LordMacoT to losers again?
It's Icecool.
Icecool, the revenge has got to be so sweet. Best served cold there for LordMacoT. Now trying to take it even farther, get deeper into that prize pool. Show the world what Kokonoe can really do.
He's playing like he's got 9 lives on the table.
Clover.
He's playing like he's on his final life, actually, so to speak. He's already went straight through all 8 other ones, and now he's got a lot left to lose, and that is his tournament life on the line. But so does Grover, as he definitely wants to make it back into grand finals to get his shot at Dawn one more time, and we'll see who ends up coming out on top. Let's get into game number 2, losers finals.
Rebel 1. Action.
Opportunity here. Pro counter once again, and the quick bait. Grover trying to flip the script here.
Hard knockdown from this situation, and we're also going to be getting the pickup once again. I think that might have caught a roll attempt from LordMacoT, or maybe a jump out. Either way, that is a death, and Grover cleaned that up really nicely.
Taking LordMacoT out quickly there. Grover having to deal with the whimsical neutral here. She's just sending herself to outer space. Full extension. Position the doll a little bit better off that.
And getting yet another combo. Not going to be as much damage, but it's all about getting a multitude of them because he cannot block them all. The burst fade again! Grover is in his head.
Carl is crazy. He just gets those.
Honestly, I'm not even sure how much of that is even intentional. Like, I'm calling it out as a burst bait, and that's kind of what it is. But it's like, how much of it is automatically done to him?
Jeez, who knows? I mean, Carl seems like a very good character for it. He really just does kind of like the same thing over and over. He's got that he's got really good offense.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, the lockdown.
You know that people are trying to burst you out. They're trying to counter-assault your pressure. Carl's so scary.
Rebel 1.
And this is going to be a point that I'm going to be bringing up with really any character that faces Carl, is that Kokonoe also does not have a strong defense. We do have the Super Ball reversal, but we've already seen that isn't going to be an amazing option against Carl. And of course we have OD, but you don't really want to be spending OD unless you're trying to get really maximize the amount of damage you do. So we'll see how we do here. LordMacoT getting a pretty nice confirm into the reset to catch Grover not on the steering wheel.
Yeah, pretty clean there. These Kokonoe standing overhead be a little difficult to deal with. And it's also especially obnoxious because it's 2 hits. You can't invul through it with overdrive and really punish her the same way you can with characters like Jin for Christine. Kind of only get the EA if you will.
Get the ball into the teleport. Grover not ready to block the cross up. This might be another quick 2 rounds to LordMacoT. It is incredibly polarizing right now. Like, LordMacoT will clean up 2 rounds really quickly, and then Grover will do the same. Super Ball reversal, catches Grover.
They go for the setup, roll out for Grover.
Backdash attempt, but gets caught.
Quick burst on the standing overhead. Momentum in there. Grover getting a really good opportunity on that air dash in. Should clean it up here. Still has 100. Excellent stuff there by Grover.
Fortunate for LordMacoT, not respecting the doll right behind. In the fact that, you know, Carl wasn't really being interrupted, so the doll could act on her own without fear of Carl being hit in the process.
Opened up again. LordMacoT keeping the pressure on. Like you were saying, so volatile, and LordMacoT is winning right now. Keeping the pressure going. Grover, no burst, no counter assault. Can't escape. LordMacoT going for his own burst bait.
With that, a perfect in LordMacoT's books. The blue bar of death, at least in Grover's eyes. LordMacoT 2-1 right now, one game over, and still needs to win one more as we are in finals territory once again. So let's see if Grover can really adapt to LordMacoT's play right now. We were able to take a game. If you can take a game, you can take a set. But Grover so far has been struggling to finish these matches and the leads he creates early on.
Salty was going to get really inspirational there. Like, if you can get a hit, you can get a round. If you can get a round, you can get a game.
Am I wrong?
Get a game, you can get a set. And if you can get a set, you can win a tournament.
Am I wrong?
Tell me I'm wrong.
If you can take a round, you can take a game. You can take a game, you can take a set. If you can it's the transitive property.
It all makes sense.
It really does, if you really think about it.
You know, the tournament wins are just made up of tens of hundreds of individual hits. You know?
Exactly, you just need to be right on all of them.
Yeah,
You know, if you really think about it, it is like gambling in Vegas.
Oh my... Okay, Grover just lost his shirt. That money's gone. Bankroll disrupted. It's over.
Things are looking dire right now. Grover with his back up against the wall in this round. Trying to make a comeback, but Carl isn't known for a lot of damage. He's going to provide LordMacoT many opportunities to get out of this pressure, and we already see him use 50 of that meter to go for that counter assault. Does not want to deal with that pressure, and that so far that seems to be the correct decision. The floor is lava. Grover finally landing though, and LordMacoT catching him on the runaway. LordMacoT with one round on the board in game number 4, and could potentially be the final round of the game and of the set. LordMacoT keeping Grover in control, and we're just flying across the screen like a fighter jet.
Kokonoe trying to leave the atmosphere.
Dude, the G-force on that was insane.
Okay, but now stuck in the cross combo, opened up with the overhead. The corner we go. This is where even LordMacoT, the miracle maker, can't make it happen. Baited out, and again, Grover with the answer to the Super Ball reversal. Keeping that invul with the super, going through Kokonoe's.
That weird cognition of the doll on the other side, and I mean, like, these teleports, these jumps have been perfect from LordMacoT, recognizing when Grover is trying to go for these options and effectively countering them. And with that, LordMacoT weaving around the screen is resetting Grover in the combo. We are getting very greedy in it. Honestly, like, LordMacoT is being rewarded for that greed.
Super Ball once again, and I just want to know what Grover does when he doesn't have the meter. Like, what's the plan then? He's just had it every time. Ooh.
Got the doll mirror to work with, but it's not for long.
The reset! Should be enough. Has the meter. And that's it! LordMacoT. 3-1 versus Grover. The profit $110 in the match rate.
The wheel of fate is turning. Rebel 1.
If you win this one, you're going to be getting what, 130? That's a lot of money on the line here. A lot of money to lose as well, and both these players want that bad. Here we go. LordMacoT on the lose side, Dawn on winners, and LordMacoT is finding his heart out already, spending that burst. Both players are ready without burst starting off and trying to control the screen with these balls, but the awareness from Dawn avoiding it and effectively punishing that option.
Gets away from that fatal counter starter, but a huge counter assault bait by LordMacoT is going to get that meter as well as a really nice start.
There's the combo into the cross up. And the thing is about that cross up, it can be so difficult to actually try and react to it, because if LordMacoT wants to, he can also fake it out and go for the same side teleport as well.
Yeah. It's so difficult to deal with, and we're already seeing, you know, once again, LordMacoT playing with his heart on his sleeve. Now Dawn, put the brakes on. Fortunate challenge there, maybe trying to hit the doll before the boot came out, but instead we're getting counter hit for over 4K and the round secured by Dawn. Well.
Kelly is hitting a very rare high damage. Well, not very rare, but an uncommon high damage combo you don't really expect from this character. 5K just like that, spinning the super along the way. Now we are in the final round, game number 1. And Dawn off to a great start. LordMacoT does have burst, but so far a lot of the routes that Dawn has been going for are difficult to burst.
Yeah. Trying to be keeping it on lock with burst save, knows that LordMacoT likes to go for those momentum just to stay in the game. Ooh, Dawn a little too early on the anti-air. Out of burst. A little combo out of counter assault, not really for the damage, looking for this positioning instead. Yeah, the spot dodge, so smart.
Honestly, I didn't even expect that to happen there. Oh, we tried to jump out over, but the ball still active above his head. So in the end, LordMacoT goes down and Dawn comes out on top. Dawn with a game on the board. It's looking quite good. LordMacoT is trying his best, but right now I feel like what's separating Dawn from the rest of the matches we've seen so far, I guess, would be well, I guess the matchup is one good reason, but I feel like the awareness from Dawn so far, and the fact that we're not really letting LordMacoT get away with too much, because in losers finals you saw LordMacoT get away with a lot of very greedy things, like multiple resets that did not end up actually getting blocked, and Dawn is not letting things like that slide.
Yeah, Dawn, I feel, is really good at using the doll to kind of protect from any of the teleports in. So it's really not letting LordMacoT get that free movement. And then additionally, Dawn is so good. I mean, got stalled out that time, but the anti-airs are really nice from him. And LordMacoT has shown kind of like the jump in pressure to reset. So Dawn has been good about anti-airs.
Good, gets the knockdown with the doll. And some lockdown. Good block on the double overhead. Not much you can do about that, though. The Super Ball not hitting Dawn enough to where LordMacoT could have gotten a full combo off of it. Still, though, getting this confirmed, and the cross up as well. Really tricky stuff that you can set up in the corner with the gravitons and the traps.
Yeah, super tricky to block. Dawn
Yeah,
will probably get them kind of the instincts for that down a little bit better as the set goes on. It is, you know, something you're not used to blocking that much in Blazblue, so even if you've done it a lot in the past, it can take a second.
Backing up. Tries to go for the teleport to get a sneaky hit in on Dawn, but it's not going to go through.
It doesn't connect. LordMacoT gonna take a free punish for that.
Ball is active on the other side.
pressuring Dawn from behind, but wasn't close enough to pose a real threat.
Okay, duo bios. Not gonna work.
Yeah, counter assault that.
It is so annoying how unmess-withable duo bios is.
Yeah, you just cannot delete it from the screen. It literally is impossible to delete from the screen.
Yeah. Really annoying. So LordMacoT gonna get caught by that. Hopefully won't make the same mistake again. Now Don, getting a really good opportunity here and regenerate a lot of the doll gauge with this move.
Yeah, no EA from Dawn, just wanted the screen positioning and getting the knockdown in the corner. And the doll, the drills, catching LordMacoT at that very specific diagonal angle there.
This is a really good answer to duo bios, though. I'm impressed. With Doll dead, Don is missing his character's main mechanic.
Okay, try to get tricky with another cross-up, but Don jumping right out of it now that he has room to move without his back up against the wall. But now he has himself stuck in the corner, gets tossed in the process. Burst coming out from Don, trying to win this round, but the jump scare coming in, setting the bomb, getting the extension, using the mirror for the Super Ball. LordMacoT is still in the game with an even score of 1-1 here in Grand Finals.
Man, LordMacoT just turned the jets up on that one. Just full steam ahead, saw the smallest crack of weakness and immediately just moved.
Oh man, like a freight train, LordMacoT closed that distance immediately and made sure that Dawn knew what happened. Because LordMacoT, just took the game right off of that in one interaction. It was kind of insane, to be honest. I did not expect something like that to work, but in certain situations, going for a Hail Mary against an opponent trying to set up can prove to be quite effective.
Yeah, it seemed so difficult for LordMacoT to make it happen. With Don with a pretty big life lead and burst, it felt really difficult to kind of close the gap there. LordMacoT made it happen. Standing overhead into overdrive once again.
Oh my gosh, and Dawn dissecting LordMacoT in that round. Honestly though, I don't think we've really seen as many polarizing matchups from LordMacoT, or polarizing rounds from LordMacoT as we've seen from some of the players he's played against, like Dawn with these perfects.
Gonna be losing out on the doll gauge here, but luckily got the hit, which means that Don's gonna be able to wait for that to recover.
That spot dodge to avoid the bomb. That's honestly kind of smart. The fact that keeps it locked down. Though I'm not too sure how much. I guess if the recovery is fast enough compared to the hits, compared to the block stun.
Oh no! Don getting through the situation, that was amazing.
Yeah, I was like left, right, which side is it? And then Don seeing it through, blocking it out, but not blocking this out. Gets caught trying to backdash out, and the counter assault comes out from Don, but LordMacoT avoiding it by jumping out.
Yeah, double jump to bait the counter assault. Very smart there from MacoT.
Activation.
Kind of keeping the pressure on while that OD is ticking down, and now Don really well positioned here. Doll would have died. Overdrive is going to give her a little health insurance.
Playing at range. Oh, okay. The doll actually not quite in a good enough range to catch LordMacoT, but this dual bios in. How dare you press the button in my face, even with a trade, it does not interrupt the dual bios.
LordMacoT can make it happen.
huge drop on the side of Dawn. LordMacoT trying to make something work, and we have a 100-meter on the table.
Shades of game 1, but was so low that the trade from Dawn is enough to qualify, now up 2 games to 1.
Honestly, you know what would have been heat? If
Please select your
we saw a
character.
Golden Taker comp, though.
I mean, that would always be probably the best. Is very hard to make happen.
That is true. We did have a 100-meter, though, so... You know, if there's any time to do it, that could have been an opportunity. But no, like you said, no, it's a very difficult thing to make happen, and it's always a pleasant surprise when you do see it happen in the bracket, which is extremely rare.
Commentators, we always want too much. Oh, Disney should gamma ray right now. He's so hype. Do it.
Yeah, you should just dual BIOS right now once you get that 15-meter dog.
Relius will. It's so good.
What is he going to spend on first? Super? Dual BIOS? Oh no, there's no point in using dual BIOS here. Yeah, not a damage super, but a mix-up super instead.
Rebel 2. Action.
Well,
Tournament
coming
points.
to an end here. LordMacoT has had quite the hero's journey, but looking pretty grim right now against Dawn.
Right now, the narrative is Dawn is in
much
the
life.
lead, catches LordMacoT on the roll, and that life gauge is blood red. LordMacoT's lost so much life in such a short span of time, and LordMacoT is hoping to do the same, trying to equalize the situation, but I don't know if that's going to end up happening. The 2C connects with Dawn the burst, that's going to clear the bomb. LordMacoT find the air connection, misses those moves, but the OD activation is going to keep him safe from the Dolphin. But with that, the Nash from Dawn secures his win here for TNS tonight. That was a fantastic play from Dawn coming in to take it all and the lion's share of the $205 in the pot.